and a very starting the live event. Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all the participants. Today we have another IPSIS webinar series, which is Managing Your Literature Review. Okay, today with us we have moderator Dr. Nur Akmal Adilah Ismail from Faculty of Architecture, Planning and Surveying. And together with us also, the speaker is Cik Muhammad Hazrul bin Hussein, which is the Senior Librarian at PITA. Without further ado, I pass the session to our moderator, Dr. Akmal Adilah Ismail. Over to you, Dr. Akmal.
Thank you, Dr. Siti Mazwana. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to the speaker and participants of today's event, IPSIS Webinar Series 2022. I am Dr. Nur Akmal Adilah Ismail, and the Senior Lecturer of the Faculty of Architecture, Planning and Surveying, UiTM Shah Alam, and I will be serving as your moderator for this session. Okay, our speaker for today's session is Mr. Muhammad Hazrul bin Muhammad Hussein, the Senior Librarian, PITA Shah Alam. Mr. Muhammad Hazrul will talk about a topic on managing your database for literature review. So before we go further, I will explain a little bit on how the session will go about. First of all, a reminder to all that we will start the Q&A after the session ends, in which will take about approximately 2 hours. So if you have any questions throughout the session, please write your questions in the chat box and I will read them out during the Q&A session. So the attendance link will be given 15 minutes before the session ends at about 12:30 p.m. So please stay tuned until the link is given so that you can get the certificate of attendance. So without any further ado, we will now invite our speaker, Mr. Muhammad Hazrul, to enlighten us more about the topic. Please welcome Mr. Muhammad Hazrul. The screen is now yours.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Very good morning to all. First, I would like to thank Dr. Siti Mazwana as well as Dr. Siti Mal and also as tips for inviting me on this session today. So hopefully you guys are okay, you guys are ready to okay, so hopefully you guys are okay today and ready for our session. Hold on. I'm currently listening to double voice. I don't know what's happening. Hold on for a while. I think I have a problem with double voice currently. I'm hearing my voice as well.
It's okay. I think it's okay to us. Maybe your device.
Maybe also okay. Just give me 1 minute.
Okay, sure.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. I think it was something technical issue with my laptop. Okay, so again, thank you very much for joining in on today's session. As we know, the session, the title today would be on managing your database for literature review. Okay, but I would like to emphasize, I'm not going to teach you anything on literature review. Okay, I'm simply going to teach you on how can you manage our online databases, all the articles that we have in order for you to complete your literature review. Okay, so that we clear here so that you won't have any expectation on how can you do your literature review. Okay, so let me share my screen for a while. Hopefully you guys are where is my screen? All right, on today's part, okay, there will be a 2 session from me. The first part would be I'll be talking on slides, using slides, but in the next session, I'll be talking on the real session itself. Okay, if you want to follow me later on the hands-on session, you could do so, right? Okay, but before we begin, I would like to do some promotion a little bit on our library. Okay, sorry, hold on for a while. Something is not right with my laptop. Okay, So this is our web page. Hopefully you guys have access before on our page. Okay, as you can see from here, if you need to access from all our resources, you can simply access on library.uitm.edu.my. Okay, so this is the main page, the main portal, okay, for our page in order for you to access most of our digital library collections. Okay, so from here you have this three sections: our collections, our services, as well as the service hours, right? And you can scroll down a little bit more to see announcements, okay, all the latest events and happenings in Tun Abdul Razak Library. Okay, so please do check this out. Okay, even though sometimes we posted most of the posters, most of the updates from our social media's websites, and so on, but we do also post it in our announcement in our portal. Okay, so do check this out from time to time, right? So you can find all the rankings currently, whatever the latest um, services that we offer, okay, and so on. Okay, and then if you scroll down a little bit more, you can find our online learning, massive open online courses, which you can enroll. This is a small courses that you can enroll. This is a fun course that you can enroll. It's a short course, okay? Uh, how to access our institutional repository, how to access our exam papers, how to access our electronic ebooks, and so on. Okay, so you can do that by enrolling some of these short courses, right? And then in our next session will be you can find all the physical spaces. If you are physically here, you can come to the library physically. Okay, you get to check out our physical facilities that is available. Okay, so that you know that currently in UITM Shah Alam itself, in our HQ, okay, we have 5 libraries for you to, so that you can use all these 5 libraries. Okay, so currently we have Tun Abdul Razak Library, the main library itself, and you can visit our law library in the Faculty of Law. You can visit our built environment library in Faculty of Architecture, Planning and Survey, and then as well as our Science and Technology Library, as well as the Engineering Library. Both of these library are located in the Tower Engineering Tower, Tower A, and as well as Tower B. So you as a student, you can check this out. You can use most of the facilities available for you. Okay. All right. If you need to see more what other facilities, physical facilities that we offer, you can simply click at this button. All right. We move on. Next would be the library publication. So we do have our own publication. If you need to see on our handbook, okay, the digital library, on how to access our digital library, you can see from this handbook. Okay, we have our own corporate memories. Okay, all the history from the beginning of UITM itself. Okay, from Rida, Maktab Mara, sorry, and then from Institute Teknologi Mara up to University Teknologi Mara. Okay, and then you can see all the history from 1956 until today. Okay, and so on. So we have other publications that you can check out later. All right, so if you scroll down a little bit, we have our website feedback. Okay, so you can submit your feedback if, let's say, after you have browsed whatever that is in our portal and you are not satisfied with the display, maybe with the content or whatever, you can simply submit your feedback through here. Okay, for the next part, it will be the facts and figures. Currently, we have 2.5 million total collections, and then we have 11,000 total seating capacity, and we have 39 libraries all over UITM Malaysia, and currently we subscribe to 25 online databases that you can use. Right? Okay, so next, let's go to this section here, our services. In this part, in order, there will be a few digital services that you can access to. Okay, you can either access through our My Knowledge Management portal. Okay, My OPAC. OPAC is if you want to find books, physical books in our library. Okay, you can use if you want to download our library mobile app. Okay, if let's say you need to enroll yourself into one of our information literacy class which is currently what we are doing now. We have 11 modules for you to choose from. Okay, you can enroll yourself through this class in information literacy. And then we have our chat with Librarian, okay, online library orientation, and so on. Okay, so currently what I'm going to show you is the library guide. Okay, simply click on the library guide. Okay, there will be a short video, a simple short video on how to make online book reservation, how to find book via OPAC, okay, how to renew book online, how to do your interlibrary loan, how to find your item thesis, and so on. Okay, this is a short video so that in case, let's say, you want to find certain resources in our portal, but but you couldn't find it, so you can get to use this. Refer to our library guide. Okay, this is just a short video ranging from 2 to 5 minutes. Let's get back. Okay, so currently most of us are doing our online distance learning. So for that matter, we in Tun Abdul Razak Library, we will cater you the most we will provide you the digital collections that you need. Okay, simply click on our collections. You can access all these digital collections from anywhere at any time. Okay, see, if you click on our collection just now, you will see the physical collection. This is OPAC for you to search for physical books. Okay, if you couldn't be physically here in the library itself, you can also access to our digital collections. Okay, we have online database, we have ebooks, we have institutional repository, we have our research repository, we have a local content hub, our e-journal, thesis, open access, article indexing, and so on. Okay, so you can explore later on some of this part. Okay, for today's session itself, I'll be talking on online database, ebooks, as well as open access, on how can you use these 3 digital services in order for you to acquire your articles or maybe your resources, okay, for you to do your literature review. Okay, so next, what I'm going to show you later, hold on, let me go back. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so if let's say you want to access most of our online databases, you get to access from this section here. Simply click on online database. Okay, currently these are the list of online databases that we subscribe. And as I mentioned earlier, we have 25 online databases that you can choose from. Okay, according to your field, according to your subject matters. Okay, not all 25 online databases will have the articles that you need. Okay, so you have to choose according to your subject matters. How can you do that? By simply click on this area here, by subject. Okay, if let's say you want to, if let's say you are from business, simply click on business, and then it will filter out of 25 online databases. You get to use a few, which is according to your subject matters. Okay, you get to use Bliss, CAP ebooks, Cambridge Core, Emerald Insights, and so on. Okay, so let's get back. If let's say you are using, if let's say you are from chemistry students, simply click on chemistry, and then the list of online databases that you can use would be this would be whatever that is displayed here. Okay, so let's say we go back to business just now. Let's say I choose business as my subject matters. So these are the online databases that you can use. Okay, so from here you get to use either Emerald Insight, you get to use EBSCO host, okay, you get to use Journals of Teaching International, Journals of Travel Tourism Marketing, and so on. So if these are the listed online databases that you can use according to your subject matters, my advice is for you to use most of these online databases. So you get to maximize all the information you needed. Okay, so because each of these online databases, okay, you won't find any duplication or you won't find any same article with different, you won't find any same article in different online databases. Each of these online databases will provide you with different types of articles, different type of titles. Okay, you won't find any duplication except for Scopus and Web of Science, because these are not online databases. Okay, both of these are only index of online databases. Okay, so I'm not going to teach you on Scopus or Web of Science today, since we have our own module on that. But later, I will try to make a point with IPSIS. Maybe we can do a session itself on Scopus, or maybe a session itself on Web of Science. Okay, but for today, I will concentrate mostly on Emerald Insight, ProQuest, Dissertation and Thesis, Sciencedirect, and maybe a few more. Okay. Okay, so let's get back to the slides. Okay. Okay, for today's session, it would be on the module LSC 102, Online Database for Literature. Okay. So what is LSC 102 module? This module focuses on types and features of online databases subscribed by UiTM Library. It demonstrates how to access articles using online database by specific subject area. Students and researchers also learn searching strategy techniques in online database to locate relevant resources. Okay, so in this on today's session, I will teach you on how can you use a proper information searching strategy, and then on where can you apply those information searching strategy in one of the online databases that I will show you later on. Okay, so this online searching strategy will help you a lot in finding the most relevant article according to your needs. Okay, so for the first part would be information searching strategy. Okay, what is a search strategy? Okay, a search strategy is a search string combination of keywords, truncation symbols, Boolean operators you enter into search box of an electronic library resource or an internet search engine. Okay, so internet search engine could be Google, Yahoo, Bing, and so on. Right? So why do we need this search strategy? Okay, there are reasons why we need to use this search strategy. Okay, so first is to get relevant results, right? To save time going through irrelevant information. And then we can go beyond Googling and retrieving anything as well as everything. Okay, how can we do that? By enable you to quickly retrieve relevant information from thousands of records in a database. Okay, by using the following methods, you can make your search statement specific and increase the chance of retrieving relevant information. Okay, so it is best when we use this Boolean truncation, as you can see from here, truncation symbols and Boolean operators. So I know you'll be thinking, what are these? So I'll be talking about this later on. Okay. So if you want to search for any topics, any given topics, okay, you have to identify the keywords first. You have to identify the keywords. When you have your keywords, and then you will combine with the use of truncation symbols, with the use of operators, Boolean operators, and other searching techniques that is available, you will get a more relevant results as compared to whatever keywords that, as compared to if you are not using any search strategy. Okay, that I will show you later on. Okay, so this search strategy is compatible. It is a universal searching strategy technique that you can use either in online database, or you can use in our online database, or you can use in any search engine. Okay, so these are the most universal searching strategy that you can use. As I mentioned, types of search strategy that you can use would be the use of keywords or specific terms, and then you combine with Boolean operators, and maybe you can combine with quotation marks, wildcards, as well as truncation. So the use of keywords and specific term, right? For example, when you have a topic, okay, when you have a topic, So let's say this is your given topic, job performance in the organization. Okay, I know to some of us, when we have the topic, okay, and whenever we have the topic, and in our mind, the first thing that comes into our mind would be the search engine, would be either Google, Bing, and so on. Okay, let's say if you are using Google, when we have the topic, and then after that we straight away go to Google, and then most of us would key in word by word, the topic word by word, job performance in the organizations. Okay, whenever we do that, okay, in hope that the first search, the first article from the first page in our first search, okay, the first article itself would be the article that we wanted. Okay, the article that we want. Okay, but normally it doesn't appear to be like that. Okay, normally we have to search from page to page, from one page to another page, just to find the relevant article that we need. Okay, that usually happens to us. Okay, why? It is because it is best for you to identify from the topic. It is best for you to identify the keywords or the specific term to use. Okay, avoid using the word, including the word in, the, and, about, after all, and so on. That would consider as a stop words. Okay, so as you can see from here, let's say this is your title, this is your topic. When was the first computer invented? Okay, or how do I install a hard disk drive? Okay, so from here it is best to avoid using the word when, was, the, how do I, and so on. It is best for you just simply key in the word first computer invented. Straight away the keywords: first computer invented, install hard disk drive, adopt Photoshop, learn computers. Okay, why? Because these are the stop words. Right? What are stop words? Okay, stop words are the most commonly used words. Okay, commonly used words in a given language. Okay, for example, if let's say if your search query is how to develop so and so. Okay, how to develop so and so. So the search engine, okay, the search engine will try to find web pages that contain the terms how to, okay, how to, and then word by word, it will find the word how, it will find the word to, it will find the word develop, word by word, and so on. Okay, and because of that, the search engine is going to find you a lot more pages that contains the term how to than pages that contains keywords that is much more important to you. Okay, because that is the commonly used words. Okay, the stop word is the commonly used word. That's why you need to avoid using the commonly used word or the stop words, and, about, and so on. Okay, so simply identify the perfect keywords or specific term from that particular topic. Okay, so that if you disregard these two terms, meaning how to, and, about, okay, the search engine can actually focus on retrieving pages that contain more important keywords. Okay, all right. As you can see from here, the topic job performance in the organization. Okay, simply add in the keywords for job performance. Avoid using in, the, in one search. Okay, so let's say you click on job performance. Okay, you can combine more than one keywords in one search, meaning that if you have job performance in the organization in Malaysia, okay, so you can key in job performance as one keywords, organization as one keywords, Malaysia as one keywords in one search. Okay, so that I will later show you how can you do that by combining the search technique, the use of Boolean operators, and so on. So what is Boolean operator? Okay, Boolean operators are simple words and or not used as conjunctions to combine or exclude keywords in a search, resulting in more focused and productive results. Okay, remember just now I mentioned and or not is actually considered as stop words. Okay, but if you need to use the word and or not in your search, okay, these three words, only three words as Boolean operators, you need to make it as these three words, you need to make it as in uppercase letter. Okay, you need to use uppercase letter for and, or not. Okay, so that the search engine will try identify the word as not as a stop word but as a Boolean operators. Okay. Okay. So I will use another set of example. Okay. Let me show you from this page itself. So currently what I would like to show most of the example for Boolean operators, truncation, wildcards, and so on, I like to use the example from this Valdosta State University. Okay, so or you can just simply Google Boolean, truncation, and wildcards. Okay, there are so many other examples given, and so many maybe that to your understanding. Okay, better to your understanding. So you can simply choose, and whichever that if you read that you could understand immediately. Okay, so but for me this is the best, I think the most interesting and the best that I can show you, okay, on how can you better understand on Boolean operators, nesting, truncation, wildcards, and so on. Okay. Okay, so for the first part would be the Boolean operators, right? Boolean operators allow a database search to be narrowed, broadened, or made more precise. Okay, there are three Boolean operators: and, or, and not. Right? And or not are inserted between each search term. Okay, meaning if you want to use these Boolean operators, which you can narrow down, either you can identify to narrow down your search, maybe you want to make it broader, or maybe to make it more precise, you can use either one of these. Okay. In order for you to use this, you need to combine more than one keywords. You need to have more than one keywords, or you need to have more than one specific terms. Okay. So how can you do this? How can you do that? Okay. So let's say for the first part would be the and, Boolean operators for and. Okay. And is used for narrowing or focusing a search topic. If you want to narrow down your specific topic, if you want to focus your search topic, you have to use and. Okay. Because it specifies that both search term must be present in the results. Okay. For example, okay, let's say you have a topic, like I mentioned earlier. Let's say your topic would be, let's say for this example given here, okay, teenagers and violence. Maybe the topic would be violence among teenagers, okay, vice versa, or maybe like that, something like that. Violence among teenagers. Okay, remember, when I say you have to identify the keywords, meaning that you really need to identify the keyword. If you do not identify the keywords from that topic, let's say you key in the word among, the violence among teenagers, you key in the word violence, you key in the word among, you key in the word teenagers word by word, it will search you. You will be overwhelmed with the search result. Okay, you will be overwhelmed, too overwhelmed for you to filter out one by one. Okay, why? Because if you, let's say you search for teenagers alone, if let's say you just use the word teenagers alone, okay, it will try to find you articles that mentions on anything on teenagers, the good side of the teenagers, the bad side of the teenagers, or simply anything that mentions the word teenagers. Okay, as well as violence. If let's say you just key in the word violence, okay, you will get results on domestic violence, peer violence, and so on, so many more. Okay, any articles that mention on violence, it will appear. Okay, so that will be too overwhelmed for you to read one by one. Okay, that's why you need to identify the perfect keywords, and then you combine that keyword so that it will eliminate, okay, those irrelevant information. Okay, let's say you combine teenagers and violence, meaning that you give an instruction to the search engine. Okay, you only want article that mention teenagers and violence in one article. Okay, in one article, then they must mention the word teenagers as well as violence. It must be together. Okay, and other articles that is not related to, meaning that all the good sides on the teenagers, on the violence part that is not on teenagers, it will be eliminated. So it will narrow down your search. Okay. So from the example given from here, as you can see, let's say the word teenagers alone, we will get results for 4,000 results. Okay, for violence alone, you will get 11,000 articles. Okay, so if let's say you combine these two, meaning that you want to focus down or you want to narrow down your search, you want to eliminate irrelevant information, okay, it will narrow down up to 728 results, okay, for example. Okay, meaning that you want to narrow down your search. Okay, so for the next part would be OR. Okay, OR is used for expanding or broadening a search topic. Okay, specifies that either search term can be present in the results, often used to include synonyms or related terms. Okay, for AND, if you are using AND, meaning that you want to narrow down or maybe you want to focus on a specific topic, okay, on your search topic. Okay, but if let's say you want to expand a little bit from the topic itself, you want to expand a little bit, maybe because of from the topic that you have used, from the topic that you have chosen, maybe the article is not so engaging, maybe it's not up to whatever your expectations. Okay, maybe you need more. Okay, so you can use OR so that you can expand your search topic a little bit more. You can broaden your topic a little bit more, but within the same context, meaning that not to different type of unrelated topics. Okay, so whenever that you want to use OR, okay, make sure you only use synonyms or related terms. Avoid you using two different terms. Okay, meaning that if let's say you will have a topic on teenagers and then after that another one you put OR for adults. Okay, that would be two irrelevant topics, two topic that is not related to. Okay, teenagers would be another topic, adult would be another topic, or maybe teenagers or violence. That would be two different topics. Avoid using that, because if you do that, you will be overwhelming with the search results. Okay, so that's why I say it is best for you to use synonyms or related terms. Okay, just to expand a little bit your search. Okay, maybe let's say if the word teenagers, okay, let's say if you have searched for the word teenagers, but you couldn't find the articles that you really want. Okay, that's why you need to expand it a little bit. Okay, try to search for synonym for teenagers, right? And then it will appear as maybe you can use the word juvenile, you can use the word adolescent, because some author they do not use the word teenagers. Maybe some author they will use the word juvenile, or maybe some author would refer or would prefer to use the word adolescent. Okay, so these three keywords are related to one another. If let's say you use the word teenager alone, you couldn't find any article that only mentioned on juvenile, or maybe you couldn't find any article that mentioned on adolescent, and vice versa. Okay, the same goes with juvenile and adolescent. You couldn't find any article on teenager or juvenile and so on. Okay, that's why you will be miss out on other articles that maybe that article will give you more engagement and so on. Okay, so that is why if you know any terms, any related terms, any synonyms that you can use, please include the synonyms as well. Okay, if you're unsure about the synonyms, you can just always Google synonyms for teenagers, synonyms for juvenile. Okay, they will appear all the synonyms that you can choose from. Okay, let's say if you're using teenagers, you know that the word teenagers, the related terms or synonyms for teenagers will be juvenile as well as adolescent. Just include the word teenagers or juvenile or adolescent. Okay, but remember what you are doing currently is not narrowing down. You are expanding or broadening your search topic, but still within the same context, right? So from the example given, as you can see from here, okay, let's say you search for only for teenager, it will result for 400 articles. If you search for juvenile, it will result for 500 articles. If you only search for adolescent, it will result for 800 articles. But if you combine all these three, you will get a far more greater result, which would be 1,700 result for all three articles, combining with all three articles, all three topics. Okay, so this is how you can expand a little bit your search results. Okay, Okay, so for the next part would be not. Okay, not used to eliminate false hits or get rid of that one term that you do not want in your results list. Specify that the first term but not the second can be present in the results. Okay, let's say you want to search any articles regarding teenagers. Okay, all the good parts, all the good sides of the teenagers, but you do not want to include whatever articles that mentions on the violence among the teenagers. You want to exclude that. Okay, because whatever we have here currently is topic is too general. Okay, if you key in teenagers, like I mentioned earlier, you will have the result for articles on all the good sides of the teenagers as well as all the bad sides. But you want to eliminate the bad sides, the violent parts. Okay, so you can either key in teenagers, not violence. Okay, so you will have more focused search. You will narrow down your search results, okay, to a greater number, meaning that you will only have articles that mention on the good side of the teenagers, but it will exclude articles that mention on the violent parts of the teenagers. Okay, that's how you can eliminate some certain keywords, okay, so that you get more relevant articles. All right, so these three operators that you can use, and, or not, would be the most universal searching techniques that you can use. Okay, either in search engines, any search engines, okay, and as well as the Boolean operators, right? So the next part would be a little bit more advanced that you can use, okay, the nesting, truncation, as well as the wildcards, right? So for the first part would be nesting or parentheses. Okay, what is nesting or parentheses? An alternative to a database's advanced search. All right, allows you to construct complex searches, combining and or not by grouping search terms appropriately. Okay, so by using nesting or parentheses, meaning that if you want to combine more than one Boolean operators, if let's say you can combine all these three in one search, meaning you can combine, you can have and, or not in one search. Okay, you can combine that. Or let's say you want to have three ands. Okay, you want to use three ands, two ors, and two nots, and then you combine a little bit with more ands and so on. Okay, if you want to do that, it is best for you to use this parentheses. Okay, the parentheses is this bracket. Okay, this bracket. Let's say for the example given, okay, as you can see from here, okay, they use this parenthesis with the Boolean operators for or, okay, because you have a synonym or related terms. Okay, that's why you are using or, and then you want both of these related terms of the synonyms to find articles on violent, on the same articles which mentions on violence. Okay, so that's why you are using this parentheses. If you do not use this parentheses, okay, meaning that if you don't apply this parentheses, you just simply key in teenagers or juvenile or adolescent and violence, or maybe teenagers or juveniles and violence, it will search you various types of articles. Okay, for the first part, it will search you all sorts of articles on teenagers, the good side and the bad sides. Okay, even though you want the violence part, but it will search everything on the side of teenagers, the good side as well as the bad side. But for juvenile, it will only search article on violence that is related on violence, because it will read whatever that is next to each other. Okay, if we do not use this parentheses. If we have an option, if you are using related terms or synonyms, make sure you include this parentheses, meaning that you are giving an instruction to the search engine to either search teenagers and violence, one article, okay, one search, okay. Another one would be juveniles and violence. Okay, that is how you can use the parentheses to give instruction. Okay, to give instructions to search either or. Okay, either teenagers and violence or juveniles and violence. If remember, if you do not use this parentheses, it will search for you all different types of articles. Okay, so that will be a complete waste for you to filter out just one by one. Right? Okay, So the next part would be the truncation. Expands the search to locate all words beginning with the same root. Symbol to truncate is usually an asterisk or the star sign, right? So truncation, meaning that you will try to find the root word for that particular words. Meaning if you are search for teenagers, the root word for teenagers would be teen. Okay, the root word for teenagers would be teen. So let's say you use the root word teen, and then after the word teen, you include the truncation asterisk. Okay, the symbol, the star symbol. Okay, after the word teen, it will result as teen, teens, teenage, teenager, and etc. Okay, it is useful to include any variant authors might use to describe their research. Okay, but be careful, not all words can effectively be truncated. Meaning that if you want to trying to truncate woman as WOM, okay, you want to try truncate woman as WOM, okay, it will written as wombat, womb, as well as woman and women. Okay, it's actually you want to differentiate from singular and plural. Okay, woman as well as women. You want to differentiate the letter, but it is best not to use the truncation, because truncation, like I mentioned, you can only use that for if let's say the word has a proper root word. Okay, and or else it will come out as though like this. Okay, wombat, womb, womb, and so on. Okay. So let's say you want to differentiate, okay, between the singular and plural, okay, the letter A and E. You want to differentiate the spelling between the American English as well as the British English. Okay, you want to differentiate that. It is best for you to use wildcard. Okay, because wildcard is used in the middle of a word. Okay, this is at the end of the root word. At the end of the root word. Okay, truncation used at the end of the word, but wildcard used in the middle of a word to match usually known variants of a term. Right, a wildcard usually represents a single character. A symbol to represent the single character is usually a question mark, but this can be varied by database. Okay, like say for example, you want to differentiate the word woman just now. Okay, either in singular or plural. It will written as woman, women, and women. Okay, so it will change only that particular letter. Okay, so if you want to change, if let's say the spelling for American English for color, COLOR, you want to differentiate between COLOR as well as COLOUR. Okay, somehow you can use this wildcard. Okay, in order for you to differentiate, because some online databases, some search engine, they do not have this intelligent architecture system, meaning that they could not differentiate. Whatever you type in, it will search word by word or letter by letter. That's why you have to use the truncation as well as the wildcard. Okay, but bear in mind, some online databases and some search engines, okay, they have this intelligent architecture system, meaning that you don't have to use the word wildcard. You don't have to use wildcard as well as the truncation. Okay, whatever, let's say you key in teen, or maybe you key in as teenager, you will still get a result article that only mention on teens, teenagers, and so on. Okay, as well as wildcard. If let's say you type in the word color, COLOR, you will get the result for COLOUR as well. Okay, and so on. Okay, the same goes with woman and women, singular and plural. If let's say you key in the word woman, you will get articles that writes in women as well. Okay, that I can assure you to some search engine or online databases that have this intelligent architecture system. Okay, normally if you are using Google, Google have a most intelligent architecture system, meaning that if you try to key in the word woman, it will result the same thing as well, not just woman, but as well as women. Okay, if you try to key in the word teenagers, you will get articles mentioned on teens, teenagers, and so on. Okay, so you can try that later on. So this is some of the example on searching techniques that you can use. If let's say you are still not so sure on how to use it, you have no idea, don't worry, later I will show you in our live session itself, or maybe later on you can try on yourself. Okay, it won't hurt you if let's say you made a mistake on using the and, or, and so on. Okay, you can just simply go back. Okay, just click on the back button so that you can start all over again. Okay, so try to find in any search engine on Boolean, Truncation, and Wildcards. You will be overwhelmed with the results. Okay, you will be overwhelmed with the results. You can choose from whichever examples that suits your understanding. Okay, so go and try. I will assure you within an hour you get to master the use of Boolean operators, nesting, parentheses, truncation, and so on. Okay. Okay, so for the next part, let's go back to the slides as well. Okay. Okay. One of the searching strategy that you can use is the quotation marks. Okay, if you are looking for a specific phrase, there's a simple way to make your searches more effective. Using quotation marks for exact phrases. When you use quotation marks around a phrase, you are telling a search engine to only bring back pages that include these search terms. Okay, so what is exact phrases? Okay, normally exact phrases is if let's say you want to search using your keywords, but the keywords is normally contain more than one word. Okay, contain more than one word, meaning that if let's say business management, okay, not just business, but you want your keyword is business management. Okay, that is a phrase. Business management is a phrase. Okay, so if you have phrase like this with more than one, if your keywords have more than one words, okay, it is best for you to use the quotation mark for you to get the exact phrases. Okay, so for example, right, for example, if let's say you see this phrase business management, okay, if let's say you click on business management, not just in our online database, but in any search engine as well. If let's say you use this business management, you type in business management, okay, you will get the result for 27,257 articles with the word for business management. Okay, since this is a phrase and you want to make it as an exact phrase, you use a quotation mark, the double quotation mark at the beginning and at the end of that phrase. Okay, so if you do that, okay, if let's say from this example below here, if you do that, it will narrow down your search from 27,000 up to until it goes down to until 1,530. Why? Okay, as I mentioned earlier, in any search engines, in any search box or any search engines, okay, whenever you have a topic, whenever you enter a keyword, or maybe you enter a topic, a full topic, it will read the word one by one, meaning that it will search for you business as one article, management as one article, different type of article, and so on. Okay. Sometimes you will get an article as well, business management in one article, but it is not intact together. Okay, maybe the word business in one paragraph, and then the word management in other paragraph or in title and so on. Okay, but that's not what you want. Okay, what we want is the word business management to be together, to be intact together, next to each other. Okay, that's why we have to use this double quotation mark at the beginning and at the end, so that it will read as exact phrases, so that it will eliminate those unwanted, irrelevant article. Okay, we only bring back article which mention the word business and management together in one phrase, together, business management next to each other. Okay, so if you have if you are using keywords with more than one word, okay, as what I show you like this, what is in front of you, okay, it is best for you to use quotation marks, okay, double quotation marks, to search for exact phrases. Okay, so these are wildcards and so on. All right, so before I forget, so some of online databases, okay, our online databases and search engine, as I mentioned earlier, okay, some of truncation and wildcard is not applicable, meaning that they have this intelligent architecture system. You don't have to use the truncation and wildcard. Okay, they can read from there on and then they can formulate that truncation and wildcard automatically for you. Okay, but to some online databases, you still get to use the truncation, you still get to use the wildcard, but maybe the truncation, the symbol that they use is different from what I'm showing you. Okay, universally, if you want to use truncation, you have to use asterisk. Okay, but to some, for truncation, maybe you have to use quotation mark, or maybe you have to use the hash button and so on. Okay, that depends on that online databases itself. Okay, how can you know? How can you tell? Later, I can show you where can you find the search tips on each of these online databases. Okay. All right, so for the next part would be the online database for literature. So what is online database? Right, online database is an electronic or online catalog or index. Library databases contain information about published items. And then library databases are searchable. The library subscribe to many databases for user access to these resources. When you are searching a database, you are not searching the web. Okay. Library databases also contain more reliable information than what people find on some websites, primarily because the information library databases contain is sourced from experts and professionals. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, currently we have 25 online databases that we subscribe to. Okay, and then most of these online databases are searchable, meaning that you can search, you can use and search. Okay, it is not just for to store articles, journals, and so on. Okay, it is for you to search. Okay, previously, journals, articles, and journal were published in physical format. Okay, in physical format. But currently, in today's world, today's technology, especially in IR 4.0, okay, most of the journals, most of the articles is published through online. Okay, through electronic. Hence the online database. Okay, so whenever you want to do your writings, academic writing especially, okay, it is best for you to refer to these online databases as compared to the web itself. Okay, I'm not saying that you could not use the web at all. You can use the web, okay, to find, meaning that you can use Googles and so on, but it depends on the topic that you want to search for. Okay, if let's say it is more on academic topic, okay, it is best for you to academic topic with facts and figures and so on. Okay, it is best for you to use the online databases more than the web, because from the web itself, it is not written by experts. It is not written by professionals. It can be written by anybody. Okay, it can be written by anybody with no experience at all. Okay, whatever they heard from their friend, whatever they hear from their friends, or maybe whatever they experience, maybe a small experience, okay, small exposure and so on. Okay, and sometimes it is not even their related field. Okay, whatever that they have in mind, whatever they read from any social medias or whatever, they just come to a conclusion on their own. So that's why I say whatever you do, whenever you want to do your writing, it is best to avoid, okay, to avoid using the web. Okay, avoid using the web, because you have to use this online databases, because it is most of the articles inside there is written by experts and professionals, okay, with your own field itself, okay, not just by anybody from any backgrounds and so on. So this is our library portal, as I showed you earlier. Okay. Okay, so I will not go through this. Okay, so let's go to our real life session itself so that you have better understanding. Okay. Right. Again, in order for you to access most of our online databases and digital collections, okay, you have to log into library.uitm.edu.my. Okay, so this is our website, our portal for you, so that you can access most of our digital content. Okay, either you click on our collections here to access our online databases. Okay, let's say we click here. Okay, and then you can browse through here, online databases, ebooks, and so on. Or you get to use from our My Knowledge Management portal. Okay, how you can access our My Knowledge Management portal is through our services. Just click on our services. Okay, and then you just go to this section here, My Knowledge Management. You click on My Knowledge Management. Okay, and then you have to sign in with your Google account. Okay, you have to sign in with your Google account. Click sign in with Google. Okay, for Google account, it should be your UITM Google account, not your personal Google account. Okay, it should be your UITM Google account. So simply click on your account. Okay, key in your account. Okay. Okay, so this is your My Knowledge Management portal. Okay, what is My Knowledge Management portal? Okay, so MyKM, or simply known as My Knowledge Management portal, is a personalized portal. Okay, this is a personalized portal, okay, that caters individual needs according to your field, according to your program, according to your courses. Okay, so whatever that I'm showing here is my preferences according to my field. Okay, currently my field would be on information resources. Okay, so yours, it can be from engineering, either you are from engineering, either you are from business management, and so on. It can be anything. Okay, so for me, it will automatically detect my field as for information resources. Okay, so whatever I have this figure here, okay, 47 new arrival books, 15,000 recommended book readings, 44,000 institutional repository, 888 ebooks, leisure readings, and so on. The numbers here would represent my subject matters, my field, okay, my course or my program, okay, on information resources. Okay, so it will be different from my page to your page, and then from your page to your friend's page, and so on. Okay, if let's say currently under information resources, we have 47 new arrival books. Okay, and then for recommended book readings, I have 15,155 on information resources. Okay, resources, sorry. And then on institutional repository, the materials that we have 44,788 on information resources, and so on. Okay, excuse me, sorry. So this number would differ from one user to another user. Okay, from one course to another course. You can check this out later on. Okay, so just simply go on to My Knowledge Management portal, and then you log into your account. Sorry, excuse me. Let me drink for a while. Sorry. So let's say whenever later when you access to this MyKM portal, you can see the numbers would be different, okay, from whatever that I have currently I'm showing you. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. So this is a single sign-on page. Okay, meaning that you can sign in one time. Okay, this is a single sign-on page. You sign in one time with your Google account just now. And then from here, you get to access the online database, ebooks, exam papers, and so on. Okay, without ever you have to access from the portal itself. Okay, from our collections from here, you can just simply access through here. Okay, excuse me, sorry. Let's say you want to access the online databases. Simply click at this detail here, and then you get to access the whole content of online databases. Okay. Okay, so you can see from the resources here, we have 25 online databases currently that we subscribe to that you can choose from. Again, if let's say you need to choose which online databases that suits your subject matters, just simply click here. Let's say you are from business, just simply click on business. Then it will filter out whichever online databases that you can use, you get to use. Emerald Insight, ProQuest, Sciencedirect, Scopus, and Web of Science. Okay, and so on. Okay, so you can simply choose whichever field you are from. Okay, so this is the single sign-on page, okay, for online databases. Okay, so let's get back for a while before I go any further. Okay, I just simply want to talk about this MyKM. Okay, so how can you see whatever books that is mentioned on these new arrivals, recommended book readings, and so on? Okay, you can click on My Resources. Just go to My Resources. Okay, from there, you can see if you click on New Arrival Books. Okay. Currently it's on processing. I think then. Okay. It should display for all the 47 books mentioned earlier. Okay. All the 47 books according to my subject matters. Okay. It should appear here. I do not know why currently it's not appearing. The same goes with recommended book readings. Okay. Currently, the facts and figures showed earlier, it would be 15,100 and something. Okay. So currently I have, it should be 15,000 and so on. So you can see from here what books that suit your readings. Okay, to your readings. Okay, we have, for me, I have 15,000. Okay, and then you can see the availability of the book. Okay, just simply click on the availability. You can see the book, the location of the book. Okay, this book will be in Perpustakaan Kejuruteraan or Engineering Library. Okay, you can find the book in our Engineering Library. Okay, and so on. Okay, you get to find the availability of the book. Only the availability. You cannot book the book through here. Okay, since the system is an ongoing process, so maybe we will try in the near future, we will try to upgrade this. Okay, slowly to upgrade this so that you get to book the book through here as well. Okay, the same goes with institutional repository. If you need to access some of the titles, some of the articles you need to access, or maybe thesis, dissertations, okay, you can access through here. Okay, just simply access through here. You can view the paper here. Okay, but bear in mind, some of the papers here you get only to access for the first 5 pages. Okay, since we have this copyright issue, so it is hard for us to release the whole full text inside here. In order for you to access most of our full text, especially for articles, you need to come to physically to the library. Okay, but for thesis and dissertation, don't worry, you can access the thesis and dissertation through MyKM. Okay, the whole full text through MyKM. Currently, we are doing we are upgrading the full text on the project on thesis and dissertations. Okay, but it will be a phase-by-phase project, right? But later I will show you how can you access the whole full text for thesis and dissertation. Okay, so you can get the title through here. Okay, if you click here, you can only view, it will bring you to the page itself. Okay, some of which articles you get to access the whole full text, but some of which you can only see the first 5 pages. Okay, so for this for this article, for this paper, you get to see the whole content. No, okay, sorry, you only get to see. Okay, will be the whole chapter for the book. Okay, and so on. Okay, so you can please click on the view button. Okay, so this is that you can use the My Resources. Okay, you can use this My Resources, as well as later if you want to see your courseware, simply click on My Courseware. And then you choose your programs. Let's say, let's say if I choose for, okay, Ijazah Sarjana Buddha Science Pengurusan Rekod, okay, record management. And then my course, you just choose the course, if let's say for, especially for master student, okay, let's say for course on fundamentals of entrepreneurship. You click on search, then it will list you the recommended book reading for that particular subject. Okay, so for ENT 300 Fundamentals of Entrepreneurship, this would be the book that you can refer to. Okay, and then the location of the book, okay, in Malacca, in Shah Alam, and so on. Okay, and some of which, for exam papers, you get to download the whole exam papers through here as well. Say according to this subject matters. Okay, you get to download the whole exam papers through here. Right. So this is my courseware, and then my next one will be my account. Okay, through this my account, okay, you get to view your profile. Okay, you get to see your borrowing history, and even you get to book a session, an information literacy class through here. If let's say you want to book a session, a class, which we have currently, we have 11 modules for you to choose from. You can simply go to this part here. Okay, but I think you don't have to worry about that, because we'll work with IPSIS. Okay, we will go phase by phase in order according to the modules. Okay, so that you can attend in our next module later on along with IPSIS. Okay, so let's say you go to your profile, click on profile. Sorry, it's a little bit slow. Okay, it should bring you to your profile. You can see your eligibility. How many books can you borrow? Okay, what would be your due date for any books that you borrow, and so on. Okay, I think it's a little bit slow. Hold on, let me do it again. And then you get to see whatever books that you have borrowed previously. Okay. All right, so there you go. So you can see your loans eligibility, how many times have you visited the library, and then you have this field. You can choose your field, okay, either on education or so on. And after you click on update field, and so on. Okay, and then if you have any fines, okay, if you borrow any books and you have any fines, you can simply click on this section here to know your current status. Okay, what would be your fines on books that you have borrowed. Okay, your late fee, if let's say you have your late fee, if let's say you have lost the book, and so on. Okay, and then you have your digital ID as well. This is your digital ID. Okay, in order for you to access our physical facilities, in order for you to get into the library, you need to use this digital card. Okay, so that you scan the digital card, then you get from the barrier gate, then you only get to enter the library. Okay, so you can access your digital card through my KM portal. Okay, so this is your my KM portal. Let's get back to the main page. Okay, so let's get back to our online database. Okay, but before we do that, okay, if let's say you are browsing our portal, let's say you are browsing our portal or MyKM, if you have any inquiries, okay, if you have any inquiries regarding library services, okay, if you have any inquiries regarding any library services, okay, please use our chat with librarian. As you can see from this page, you can see this bubble here, this blue bubble. This would be our chat with librarian. Okay, from the portal itself, this yellow button here. Okay, simply click at this bubble and then enter your name, your valid email address, if you have your phone number with you, and then your question. And then if you have your student ID, much more better. And then you can start a chat. Normally within office hours or working within office hours, within 8:30 in the morning until 8 in the evening, 8 p.m. 8 in the evening, there will be an officer to entertain you, a live chat. Okay, and then some of Saturday, Sundays, there will be an officer to entertain you as well from 8:30 in the morning until 5 p.m. in the evening. So you enter your name, email, and so on. And then you can start a chat. You can ask any question regarding library services. Okay, only on library services. Okay, we do not cater other questions besides library services, right? So if let's say, what happens if you want to ask way after our working schedule? Okay, let's say maybe that day we do not open our library. That day library is closed. Let's say after 10 o'clock in the evening, at the night, okay, and so on. You can still use our chat with the librarian. Whenever you do this, it will send this info. You will send this question into our email. Okay, so make sure you use your valid email address so that we can get back to you as soon as possible. We will respond back to you as soon as possible. Okay, so please use this chat with librarian. Okay, if you have any library inquiries, right? Okay, so this is from the My Knowledge Management portal itself. Okay, so let's say you want to do your search. Okay, you want to search for articles. Okay, again, like I mentioned, choose your subject matters. Okay, either business, either banking and finance, either education. Okay, library and information science and management and marketing, and so on. Okay, so if let's say your scope, okay, your field is on management. Okay, you not only you can use business, but you can also use this management and marketing. You can use library and information sciences. You can use educations, and so on. Okay, you can choose any subject matters at all. Okay, so you can choose any, so that you get different types of resources. Okay, let's say we go to business. Okay, so for business, currently we have 5 online databases that you get to use. You get to use Emerald Insight, ProQuest, Dissertation, Thesis, Sciencedirect, Scopus, and Web of Science. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, today I'm not going to touch on Scopus and Web of Science. That will be on a different module. Okay, later I will set up with IPSIS so that we can have a session on Scopus itself, or either a session itself on Web of Science. Okay, a specific session on Scopus itself, or a specific session on Web of Science itself. Okay, so today I'm going to teach you on the use of Emerald Insight, ProQuest, and Sciencedirect. Okay, so let's say we go on to Emerald Insight. Simply click on the details part here. Okay, so as you can see from here, this is the main page for Emerald Insight. Right. In order for you to access most of our online databases, okay, it is best for you to go through our MyKM portal or through our UITM portal itself. Okay, please do not access this online database, okay, directly from any search engine. Let's say you type in Emerald Insight. You will get to see, you can access Emerald Insight from, if you access directly through here, you get to access directly through here, but somehow, okay, you won't, as you can see from here, okay, you get to see the same thing as well. Okay, browse our content, register for profile, login, you have your search box here. Okay, if let's say you access through our UITM portal, okay, it will be different. You have browse our content, okay, whereby we have browse our content. We have register for profile, register for profile, and then we have my products. Okay, for if let's say you access from your ITM, we have my products. But if you do not access from ITM, you won't have that feature, my products. And then you can see from here, welcome guest user. Okay, but if you access from your ITM, it will mention as welcome University Technology Mara, meaning that it will detect you as a staff or student from UITM. So that's why I mentioned it is best for you to access from our portal. Okay, if you directly access from any search engine, it won't recognize you. If it won't recognize you, you can still do your searching through here, but you won't get most of the full text articles. Okay, you get only to see the abstract. Okay, you get only to see the abstract of the article. Okay, so that would be a waste, right? So again, it is best to access through our portal so that it recognize you as UITM staff or UITM student. Okay, so from this page alone, okay, before you do anything, it is best for you to search for any search tips. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, different online databases, okay, comes from a different publisher, so it will display, it will have this different type of interaction, different type of display, different type of searching techniques, and so on. Okay, excuse me. So I need you to explore a little bit, okay, either through this menu here, okay, or through my products and so on. Okay, click on browse our product. Okay, you have your book and journal, case studies, expert briefings, open access, and so on. Okay, or simply you just browse down a little bit more. Okay, scroll down a little bit more. You can see this is the search box. Some of which, some of online databases, they have their search tips under here. Okay, but some you have to explore, you have to go deeper than that. Okay, and then if let's say you aren't so sure, just go to this section here. Okay, try to find under services. Okay, researchers, maybe you for you, you will fall under researchers. Okay. Okay, let's say sometimes if it's not under researchers, it can be under help. Okay, help, or maybe it will be in straightforward search tips and so on. Okay, I need you to do that so that you get to know, you get to understand better what would be the best searching technique for you can use on that particular website, so that you can fully utilize. Okay, you can fully utilize the whole online database. Okay. Oh, sorry. Hold on for a while. Okay, this is the researchers section just now. Okay, you can, in this section you can find a journal, researchers, how to guide, explore Emerald Insight, our awards, and so on. Okay, if let's say you couldn't find any such tips or and so on, okay, you can simply Google. Okay, simply Google or go to YouTube, search for Emerald Insight tips and tricks. Okay, normally there will be a user that will give you tips and tricks on how can you use Emerald inside that particular online database effectively. Okay. All right. So what you need to do now after you have, let's say you have found the search tips, you have read on the search tips and so on. Okay, you do not need to log in. Okay, you need to log in. We have already logged in under University of Jimara. But you can register for a profile. Let's say you want to create your own profile in Emerald Insight. You can create, you can do so. Okay, it is free. Okay, create a profile so that later when you do your searching, you can save your search so that later on, if you want to do your search, okay, you with all the filters that you have done, with all the searching techniques that you have used, you can use the same thing as well so that you get the same results and so on. Okay, you can do that. So let's say you want to do your search. Okay, whenever that you want to do your search, remember you must have a topic. Okay, and then remember not to type in your topic word by word. Okay, the whole word, the whole topic in this search box. Okay, remember not to type in the whole topic in this search box. Okay, try to identify the the subject terms. Okay, or try to identify the keywords, the suitable keywords. Combine more than one keywords by using Boolean operators and so on. Okay, let's say we have a topic on, let's say I just want to choose one topic, conflict management. Okay, make sure the topic itself is not too, let's sure the keywords is not too general as well. Okay, if let's say it is too general, then you will be overwhelmed by the search result as well. Okay, but you are not so sure. If you are not so sure, never mind. You can always do your readings later on from the reading itself, from that particular itself, from that particular article itself. Let's say you read any articles and then you find that articles is according to your whatever your expectation. From there, you should pick up another keywords from that paper so that you can combine with your earlier keywords and the previous keywords and the current keywords that you are using, so that you can combine using any Boolean operators so that it will be more specific. Okay, so let's say we just use this conflict management. Oops, sorry. Okay, conflict management. If I click on conflict management, I click on search. I have 95,000 articles on conflict management. Okay, remember, this is a phrase. Okay, conflict management is a phrase. Okay, meaning that I have more than one words in one keywords. Okay, this is one keyword. This is one keyword, but with more than one words. Conflict management. So I have the result is overwhelming. Okay, 95,000. Okay, you can say that, oh, okay, it's okay, 95,000 is okay. Okay, but it's actually, it is not okay. For you to filter out one by one, it will take you ages just to finish that filtration. Okay. So as you can see from here, it will search 3 types of articles. Conflict, 1 paper. Management, 1 paper. Conflict management in 1 paper. So you have 3 papers. Okay. And then maybe as you can see from here, the first topic, taking a conflict perspective to explain an employee's creativity. Not even mentioned on conflict management. Maybe the word management is inside here, but it will be on different paragraph. Okay, maybe it doesn't mention anything on management itself. And then you have a paper exactly in exact phrase, conflict management. Okay, and so on. Okay, that's why I said it is best to, if you have this phrase, okay, it is best for you to use the quotation marks or the exact phrases. Okay, you click in the double quotation mark at the beginning and at the end of that phrase, so that from 95,000 it will narrow down to a much more. Okay. All right. So we have 5,000 articles on conflict management. Okay, meaning that it cuts down 90,000 articles, irrelevant articles. You can only have 5,000 articles on conflict management. Okay, so what can you do next? Okay, what can you do next? Currently, they only search articles on word conflict management exact phrases, exact phrase. Okay, next to each other. Okay, intact to each other. Okay, conflict management should be next to each other. Okay, so you have all the papers here, all the 5,000 papers here, more than 5,000. Okay, over 5,000. Okay, so what can you do next? Either you have another keywords, okay, that you can combine with, okay, through here, or if you want to do your reading, you can do so by click at this title here. Or maybe you do not want to do the readings yet. Okay, what you can do is, let's say you can filter out on some of irrelevant information, meaning that you can filter on this section here. Okay, some of the online databases you get to filter out on the left part of the page. Okay, and some will be in the right part of the page. Okay, and then some of which you get to filter out every inch by inch of the keywords. Okay, but to some you get to only filter out only a few content. Okay, as you can see from here, from Emerald, you get to choose either access, either you want only content I have access to, or you want to only article with open access. Okay, remember, even though we subscribe to this online database, to this Emerald Insight or any online databases, but there are still articles that we do not subscribe to the whole content. We do not subscribe to the whole journal. Okay, there are still articles that we can only say, if let's say you can see from here, it mentioned as content available, a green tick, and then after that mentioned as content available, meaning that we subscribe to that particular article. Okay, meaning that you can read the whole full text of that article. Okay, but to some, as you can see from here, it mentioned as view access options, meaning that we do not subscribe to this book part here. Okay, why? Okay, though we subscribe to these online databases, but there are some journals, some books that we do not subscribe inside here because of it is not in our syllabus. It is not in our syllabus, and maybe to some it is irrelevant because of the years. Okay, normally we subscribe article, majority we subscribe articles from ranging from year 2000 and above. Even though we have articles from 2000 and below, but it is countable. Okay, it is countable. It is not normally we subscribe articles that is mostly from 2000 and above. Okay, but that depends. That depends on the subject matters as well. Because to some researchers, to some subject matters, okay, the longer the paper, okay, the longer the paper, the older the paper, it gets more mature. Okay, as compared to some papers within 3 years, the research can be obsolete and so on. Okay, that depends, right? So that's why some articles, you can find that some articles we do not subscribe to the whole content because of whatever that I mentioned earlier. Okay, but don't worry, if let's say you need that article for your research, okay, and we do not subscribe to the whole content, you can use our interlibrary loan. Okay, you can use our interlibrary loan services. Later, I will show you what is interlibrary loan. Okay, where can you apply for interlibrary loan? It is a free service, right? Okay, so now what can you do is, let's say, you can choose only content I have access to, meaning that whatever that you only your ITM subscribe. Okay, only that you ITM subscribe. So meaning that after we choose here, you won't see any content with this type of view access options. Okay, you won't see any type of view like this. Okay, only articles with this type of view content available. Okay, that depends on you. Okay, either if it's okay for you to have both of these content, you can do so, because to some they just want to have, even though we do not subscribe to that article, but it gives you a better options. Maybe that article is what you really need, then you can use our interlibrary loan. But to some, maybe they say that they want to save their time by not looking at the articles that we do not subscribe to. Okay, the only articles that with the content available. Okay, so you only click here. So whenever you click on this part here, remember it will reduce the number. Okay, it will reduce the number. Okay, so I choose only content I have access to. Okay, from over 5,000, currently we have over 4,000, meaning that it has cut down more than 1,000 articles. And then you choose the year, whether you want article that is published last week, published last month, last 3 months, last 12 months, and so on, or maybe all dates. Or you can simply use the range of year from this section here. Okay, maybe to some, let's say to your content, to your topic, the most relevant article is from 2010 until 2022. Okay, this can differ from one research to another research, from one topic to another topic. Okay, don't simply quote to whatever I'm saying. Mr. Hazro said, in order for us to find relevant articles, you have to find articles from the year 2010 until 2022. No, okay, that depends on you. There are no any black and whites mentioned on the relevancy of that particular topic. Okay, only you know. Okay, only you know. Maybe, like I mentioned, maybe your topic, you need to find article that is dated much later than that. Okay, much later than that, maybe in 2000 and below. Okay, maybe the later the paper, the more mature the content is. Okay, excuse me, sorry. Maybe to some, if let's say you are doing on technology, your research is on technology, maybe after 10 years, the paper is not up to your standards. Okay, maybe it has obsolete and so on. Okay, so it depends on you and your research paper as well. Sorry, excuse me. So you click on go, so it will filter out. Okay, from 5,000 it cuts down to 4,000. Now it cuts down to 3,000. And then you choose either you want only to focus on article, journal article, or you want to focus on early science article, or you want to focus on book part. Okay, all of this depends on you. If let's say if let's say it is okay for you in any form, in any format, so just leave it. like this. If let's say you just only want to focus on article, simply click on article. Okay. From here itself, it will eliminate from over 2,000 articles on conflict management. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So from here you have over 2,000 articles that you get to access to. Okay. So now you can browse from here. Look at here. This is the content that is available, and then this is the type of article. Sometimes it mentioned here as article or book part. It depends on whatever that you choose here. If let's say you did not choose anything, then you get a few other options: articles, book part, maybe some encyclopedias, and so on. Okay, you have to look at here. If let's say it mentions as article, meaning that it is from journal articles. Okay, if let's say it is mentioned as thesis, meaning that it is from thesis or dissertations. If let's say it is mentioned as book part, meaning that it is only the chapter of that particular book. Of let's say this is from book, meaning it is the whole book, and so on. Okay, this differ from one online databases to another online databases, right? Let's say this is the paper. Okay, and the content is available. Click on the title itself. Okay, so from here, you get to read the whole full text in HTML view. This is HTML view, meaning from the web itself. Okay, you get to read the abstract, the purpose, the design methodology approach, okay, the findings and so on, up the keywords, introduction, and so on, until for the last part of the paper, the tables, the figures, and so on. Okay, you get to view from here. Sorry. Okay, so okay, hold on for one. Okay. So it is best if let's say my suggestion is for you, do not read the whole full text through here, meaning that whenever you have a paper, whenever that you open up a paper, an article from here, then you try to read the whole full text here. It will be a complete waste of time. Okay, the best is for you to read only on the abstract. If let's say that is the paper that you think that you may need, okay, through the abstract, immediately download the paper in a PDF format so that you can read later on. Why? Because it will save you time, so that you will not spend so much time on searching for papers in online database. Okay, do your full text reading later on if you have any other free times. If let's say, meaning that you have done your searching, you have compiled all the articles that you needed, and then you put in a folder, and then after that you get to start to read one by one, as compared to you have to read the whole full text through here. Okay, so it is best just for you to read the abstract. If let's say that is the paper that you want, download the whole PDF. Okay, click on the PDF. Make sure you have your PDF viewer. Okay, so this is the whole full text of the paper. Okay, so the whole full text can be either in 10 pages, 20 pages, 15 pages, and so on. Okay, so if let's say you have viewed the paper here, okay, simply click on download. Once you download on the paper, once you have downloaded the paper, then it will store the paper inside your physical storage, inside your PC or your laptop. Okay. Okay, my advice, if you have downloaded all the papers, okay, make sure that you do a backup. Okay, meaning that it is best for you to store most of the papers in your cloud storage. Okay, UITM has given you a Gmail account. Okay, your Gmail account. Use that Gmail account. From the Gmail account itself, it is provided to you with more than 30 gigabyte, I think, more than 30 gigabyte of space that you can use to store all your assignments, to store all your writings, to store all your whatever that you are doing, whatever that you have. Okay, your papers, articles, and so on. Okay, for 30 gigabyte storage, you can store more than 30,000 articles. So don't worry. Okay, so it is best for you to store all your articles or your research paper in your cloud storage as compared to physical storage. Okay, physical storage meaning that your own laptop, your own PC, your hard disk, your external thumb drive, and so on. Okay, because most of this physical storage, you can experience corrupt, maybe it will corrupt, maybe you will lose all the you will lose your external hard disk somewhere and so on. Okay, so it will be best for you to use your cloud storage so that you can access anytime, anywhere. Okay, without worrying any consequences and so on. Okay, so that would be on article. Okay, through this page alone, you get to extend your search. Okay, through this page alone, you get to extend your search from one page to another page, from one article to another article. How can you do that? Right. As you can see from all this, if you click on the word or on this word or statement, whatever, in a blue format here, meaning that it has a link to it. Okay, let's say this is the name of the author for this paper. If you click here, okay, it will redirect you to another set of searching. Okay, meaning that I click on the Abbas monovariant, the author for the paper, and then it will lead you to another paper that is written by the same person. Okay, written by the same person that published in Emerald Insight as well. Okay, so you get to see other papers that is written by the same person but with different type of title, so you can extend your reading. Okay. So from one author to another author, you can check. Some author, they only have one paper inside here. Some author, they have few papers inside here. Okay, so that depends on your luck. And then the next part would be this section here, business strategy series. This is the name of the journal. Okay, the name of the journal that published this, whereby this article is published in. Okay, click on the journal. Okay, so from here you get to see all the volumes. Okay, from the previous versions. Okay, previous version you can get from the previous version. Let's say from you want to issue from this volume, issue 5 and 6 from 2013. Click on this section here. Okay, from this section, and then you get to see other articles that is published in that same journal. Okay, normally if we subscribe to that journal itself, if we subscribe to that article, meaning that we subscribe to that whole journal. Meaning that if you subscribe to the whole journal, you get to see the whole full text of the article. Okay, so you get to see from here. Okay, you get to extend your reading from one article to another article, or from one journal to another journal, right? Or let's say, okay, let's go back here. So this journal, Business Strategy Journal, is until volume 14 in 2013, and then later on it has renamed to Journal of Business Strategy. So if let's say you need to find the later version, or maybe you need to find the current version, just simply click on Journal of Business Strategy. So you have all the information inside here. Okay. Okay. So next, you get to see, if you scroll down, you get to see the related articles. Normally, most of online databases, it will appear these related articles here. Okay, it will appear the related articles here. Whatever that you are currently opening, the title that you are currently opening, it will give you a suggestion to another related articles. Okay, to whatever topic that you are looking at currently. Okay, so you have this organization, strategic learning, capability, okay, strategic innovation, and so on. So you can click here to explore on the article. Some of this article you get to see the whole full text, and some of which you get only to see only the abstract. Okay, because it will give you related articles that is not from the journal that we subscribe to as well. Okay, so don't worry if let's say you need this article again, you can try to use our interlibrary load. Okay, I will show you later on. Okay, all right, let's get back. Okay, what else can you do from this page alone? All right, keywords. Okay, look out for the keywords. Okay, these are the given author keywords. Okay, the given author keywords for strategic thinking in Benetton. Okay, these are the given author keywords. So in this paper itself, the main keywords will be the strategic planning, strategic management, and Iran. So you can use this keyword, okay, to combine with your earlier previous keywords, okay, combine with conflict management and strategic planning, okay, so that you get a better results on a better paper. Or simply you just click on this paper here, strategic planning, click on the keywords so that it will give you a list of articles with the same result, okay, with the same keywords, right? Again, this is a phrase, so use a proper quotation mark so that it will cut down from 170,000 to, okay, 27,000 articles and so on. Okay, so again, you get to use this, and then after that, you can filter out on this section here. Okay, right, let's get back. Okay, so what else can you do? Okay, so let's say as from this literature review from here, as you can see, the name of the author. Click on the name of the author. So you get to see this is the reference for the statement that this particular author used. Okay, so you can try to check this out. Try to find this book wherever they have. Okay, or maybe some of which you can just scroll down to look at the references itself. Okay, some online databases, whatever references that they use is from that particular online database itself. You get to see the whole. You get to click on the title and then you get to read the whole full text as well. Okay, but to some they do not. They do not do they do not give you the access to that, okay, to some in Emerald especially. Okay, so if let's say if you are trying to find this article, if you want to find this article, if you do not sure which journal, okay, this is from International Journal of Operations, but you do not know where does this journal located, either in Emerald, or maybe this journal is located from maybe from Sciencedirect and so on. Okay, you can use the Google Scholar. Try to use the Google Scholar. From the Google Scholar itself, okay, just key in the title from the Google Scholar. Then from there, it will redirect you from where does this article come from. Okay, if let's say that the article is from whatever that online databases that we subscribe to, then you get to read the whole full text. If it's not, then don't worry. Again, use our interlibrary load. Okay. Okay, what else? Okay, so from the tables given, okay, so you can click on the tables to view for the whole full table. Some of which of the table you get to save the tables, okay, and then to use the table in your writings, in your research paper. But remember, okay, whenever that you use any information from any of these articles, even though the smallest statement or the smallest image or the smallest tables, whatever it is, make sure to give a proper credit in your paper, okay, to give a proper credit by doing citation as well as the references, okay. Please do not ignore this, okay, please do not, meaning that if let's say you are using this sample table as in your research paper later, but you do not give any credit to the author. If let's say the author find your paper and then after they find your paper, they read your paper, let's say they can find your paper, and after that they see that you are using this table, and then after that with no proper citations or references, they can sue you. Okay, so don't take this lightly. This is not this is not a 1 to 1 million ratio. And normally, if let's say if you go to any in the education department in Malaysia education department, okay, if you ask them, it is an everyday case, suing from the main author sues the next author and so on, okay, simply because of all this what we call as plagiarism. Okay, so be careful. Okay, so this is the page on article on strategic thinking in Benetton. Okay, let's get back. Okay, so let's say I just want to delete this back, yes, and so on. Right. Articles. Okay, I just want to go to back to square one. Okay. All right. Okay. Currently, remember if okay, let's take off this. Okay. All right. Let's get back to conflict management. Okay. Currently, we have 95,000. Okay. Without the use of exact phrase. Okay. So I want to add up on service recovery. Okay. Another keywords. Okay. Let's say I want to add service. And remember, if you want to use any Boolean operators, make sure it is in uppercase. Okay. Or else it will read as stop words. Okay. But to some online database, since they have this intelligent architecture system, that it doesn't matter if you're using uppercase or undercase. Okay. Service recovery. Service recovery. Okay. Let's say these are the two keywords that you want to combine. Okay. Without the use of what we call as exact phrase. Okay. Click on search. Okay. We have 10,000 articles on conflict management and service recovery from 95,000, meaning it has cut down from 95,000 to only over 10,000 articles. Okay. So we add up the exact phrase quotation marks. Okay. We add up the quotation mark for exact phrases. And then we click on search and then it should be lower than this. Currently, we have 108 articles. See, we managed to narrow down our article from 95,000 up to 108 articles. So this is much more relevant for you to scroll one by one. Okay. And then next, if let's say you want to do the filtration, you can do so. Okay. If not, you just leave it like this so that you get to read the paper one by one if you have the time. Okay, but again, I would not suggest you to read the whole full text through here. It is best for you to read only the abstract. Okay, so that if let's say that is the paper that you want, that is the paper that you need, through the reading from the abstract, straight away download so that you can read later on. Okay. Okay. What next? Okay, what's next? So this is the use of and. Let's say if we use the word or. Okay. Remember, or should be used for synonyms or related terms. Okay, so this is slightly related to each other, but not entirely related. Okay, so this would be on two different terms. So expect the search to be overwhelmed. Okay, so currently we have 8,000. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, but we have 8,000 papers. Okay, one paper would be on conflict management, one paper would be on service recovery, on two different separate search. Okay, that is all. Whatever, if let's say we use not, okay, it should cut down a little bit more, meaning that we only one paper on conflict management, not service recovery. Okay, all right, so we have the same thing as well, 108, the same thing that we are using and. Okay, maybe the paper is the result will be maybe some of which will be the same, some of which will be different. Okay, so it is up to the topic itself. Okay, currently we have 108 articles on conflict management, not service recovery. Okay. Okay, so let's say we combine. Let's say I do another search. Let's say hold on, let me. Okay. Okay, so let's say we do monetary economics and financial economics, not monetary policy rules, meaning that I combine more than one Boolean operators, monetary economics and financial economics, and one paper, and then after that we want to eliminate anything regarding monetary policy rules. So currently we have over than 10,000 articles. Okay, why? Because we do not use this exact phrase quotation marks. Okay, we can use this. Okay. Let's use this quotation marks. Click on search. we have 22 papers on monetary economics and financial economics, not monetary policy rules. Okay, so this is how you can combine more than one Boolean operators. Okay, for this part, I do not use any parentheses or nesting, the bracket just now, because this is not an option. This is not a given option, meaning either or, either monetary economics and not monetary policy rules, or financial economic, not monetary policy rules. Okay, so this is, we want to combine these people. When I want to combine, I do not have to use the parentheses. But if I'm using or, it is best to use the parentheses. Okay, so let's say I put this as or. Okay, and then it is best for you to use this. Oh, sorry, no. Yes, okay. So whatever I'm trying to search is, I want paper on monetary economics, not monetary policy rules. Another paper would be financial economics, not monetary policy rules. Two different set of paper, but I want to exclude on articles mentioning on monetary policy rules. Okay, I have 130 papers. Remember, since we are using or, okay, meaning that it expands a little bit, the search expands a little bit, and then after that it cuts down to a little bit more. Okay, so currently we have 130 papers on monetary economics, not monetary economics, not monetary policy rules, financial economics, not monetary policy rules. Okay, two different sets of paper. Okay, and then what about truncation and wildcards? Okay, I'm not so sure whether they can use it here or not, so we can try. Let's say monetary. Maybe we can try to find something easier. Or let's say we use word for truncation, woman. Okay. Okay, so if for woman, you have 2,000 articles mentioning on woman. Okay, woman or women. Right. So sometimes you wouldn't see the title itself from the, you wouldn't see the word itself from the title. Sometimes it is inside the content itself. Okay. And then some of which words, okay. As you can see from here, okay, even the root word for woman also, it appears here for WOM, word of mouth. It appears here, meaning that in this page itself, okay, maybe the word, maybe the use of wildcard is not in, the symbol is different. Okay, maybe the use of wildcard is not question mark. Okay, maybe the use of wildcard is something else, other symbols. Okay, maybe it's asterisk and so on. Okay. See, so is this, so the use of wildcard to differentiate the word woman and women is not question mark, but it is in asterisk. So you get the article on women, okay, women, and sometimes maybe woman, can currently all on women, woman, women, and so on. Okay, if let's say I do not use any, let's say I just type woman. Okay, all right. So as you can see from here as well, okay, this online database is, it has an intelligent architecture system, meaning that if you type in woman without the use of truncation or wildcard, they can easily read as woman and women in your search result. Okay, so meaning that you don't have to use truncation or wildcard, right? So you can straight away key in the word woman, and it will straight away find you with other wildcard as well. Okay, same goes with color. Let's say for color. Okay, the same goes with color. It mentioned it as colored. Okay, color, and then colors, OURS. Okay, and so on. So meaning that you don't have to use the word. Sorry, you don't have to use truncation as well as the wildcard in Emerald inside. Okay, meaning that you can type freely without worrying whether you have to use truncation or wildcard, so that you just key in the exact phrase or the exact word, so that, and it will try to search for you with the relevant results. Okay. Okay, so next, Right, this is Emerald Insight. Let's go to other online database. Okay, next, let's say we use Sciencedirect. All right, this is Sciencedirect. Okay, Sciencedirect is, like I mentioned, the interface would be different from one database to another database. Okay, but the concept is still there. Okay, but the basic search just now in Emerald is you have one search bar. Okay, this is a basic search. Okay, this is a basic search. Oh, I forgot to show you. Let's say you want to do an advanced search. Okay, sorry, let's get back. Let's say you want to do an advanced search. This is a basic search with one search bar. Okay, you can do your advanced search by clicking at this button here, advanced search. Okay, and then through here you get to use, let's say, you can simply filter out through this section here. Either you want to search through all the Emerald content from journal articles, from book part or anything, and then you key in your keywords. Still, we are still using the same keywords. Okay, advertising. And then you can choose either the word advertising you want to appear in all fields, or maybe the word advertising only appears in the title. Maybe the word advertising only appears in the abstract, contributor, and so on. Okay. And then if let's say you have another keywords, okay, you don't have to key in and here. You add row. Just simply add row, and then after that you choose the Boolean operators here, either and or not. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, let's say advertising contemporary design. You can choose the field as well. Maybe it is best for you just to key in as all fields. Okay, and then you choose simply, if you have another row, you can simply add a row here. And then choose your date range from what year to what year. Okay, 2000 until 2021, let's say. All access type, all content, only content I have access to. And then you click on search. Okay, say from here, you can, it has eliminated a few articles, irrelevant articles, as well as the filter here. Okay, you do not need to do any filtration. Okay, it has done for you if you are using the advanced search in Emerald Insight. Okay, correct. The same goes with Sciencedirect. Okay, you have your basic search here, and then you have your advanced search here. Again, before you browse through any online database, it is best for you to try to find the search tips. Okay, it can be from the menus over here. Sometimes it would be from this section here. Maybe it will be in this area here. Okay, either from online video tutorials. Okay, you have your online video tutorials. This may take some time. Okay, never mind. Either this from help. Maybe it is from help. Okay. Access orders, renewal, training using products. Okay, and if it is not here, don't worry. Okay, sometimes from this page itself, you just click on the advanced search. The search tip will be here at the advanced search. Some of which will be at the basic search. Some of which will be located in the advanced search. So you click here, search tips. You have your search tips here. Sorry, this is the online video tutorial just now. Okay, reviewing related articles. It is not here. Performing an advanced search. You have your videos if you want to look at the videos. If you want the text on text, you can click here. Okay, so let's get back. Okay, this is the search tips. How do I use the advanced search? Okay, right. It will show you field by field. What can you enter? How can you enter? Okay. And then find article with this term. Sciencedirect will say explanation. Okay. And then after that, the years, the authors. Okay. How can you use the authors, the volumes, and so on. Okay. Boolean operators and phrase search. Okay. So how can you use the Boolean operators? Boolean operators currently supported include and or not, and the hyphen or minus symbol. Okay, Boolean operators must be entered in all uppercase. Okay, this one kata dia tak boleh baca yang lowercase. You need to enter. This one they cannot read the lowercase. You need to enter the Boolean operators in uppercase, right? And then for hyphen or minus symbol is interpreted as not operator, meaning that if you want to use not, instead of typing the word not, you can use the minus symbol. Then it will represent the not operator. Okay, it will return result containing black, but exclude any instances where whole appears with it. Okay, and then you can use the parentheses here. Okay, you can use the parentheses, you can use the quotation marks, and so on. Okay, and then if you want to search special characters and formulas, okay, try to have a read here, and then you can see how can you find special characters and so on, and what is stop words and so on. Okay, so make some time for you so that you read this search tips so that you can have an effective searching by using that particular online database. Okay, all right, so let's get back. Okay, let's use this basic search. Use either this search for keywords, search for author's name, search for journal titles, and so on. Okay, choose either one. Let's say if you want to use keywords, use at this section here. Okay, so let's say I key in the word. Okay, linguistic barrier. Okay, search. Currently, I have 90,861 results on linguistic barrier, articles on linguistic barrier. Okay, remember, you can use, this is a phrase, I can use the quotation mark for exact phrases. And I click on search. From 19,000, it cuts down to 1,000 article. Okay. So currently we have 1,169 result on linguistic barrier, exact phrase, linguistic barrier. Okay. So from here you can either again, okay, add up to your using the Boolean operators and or not. Okay, communication barrier. Okay. Remember to, if let's say this is a phrase, okay, you can do that. Okay, currently we have linguistic barrier and communication barrier. Okay, and so it narrows down the search from 19,000 to 1,252 results. Okay, and then you get to refine. This is the refine by, meaning that this is a filter that you can use. In Emerald, the filter, the refine by section is in the right page. Okay, so in Sciencedirect, it will be in the left page. Okay, remember, as I mentioned earlier, there will be no duplication of article in each of this online database. Okay, in each online database, there will be no online duplication of article of the same article. Okay, maybe with the same maybe with different maybe with the same author but different type of title, maybe with similar title but different type of author, and so on. Okay, you wouldn't find any same article except for Web of Science and Scopus, because they do not hold any article. They only index article, whichever article that is in Sciencedirect or any other online databases that has an impact, that has an the best citation, that is published in quartile 1 journal, quartile 2 journal, and then only it will publish this. It will list it under Scopus or Web of Science. Okay. All right, so from here, as let's say, you can do your refine by, or you can filter by, you can narrow down your search using this filter. And except as let's say you want to refine by only the subscribed journals. Okay, you want to exclude any articles that is not subscribed by your ITM. Okay, as you can see from here, this review article, okay, with this green dot, and then it mentioned as full text access, meaning that you get to read the whole full text. Okay, for this part here, research article, okay, with no mentioning whatsoever on full text access. Okay, and then from this part section here, you can see, you can tell that for any full text access, it will have this PDF viewer here, PDF download PDF. Okay, with no article, with no full access, full text access, you won't see any download PDF image here. Okay, icon here, you won't see any download PDF icon here. Okay. So let's say you want to subscribe, you want to focus only on subscribe journal, click here. Then we have 42 results, and then you choose your year of publication from either only on 2022, or maybe you want to go on the range, go on custom range. Okay, again, choose your year 2000 until 2022. Let's say, oh sorry, should be closer. Okay, and then if let's say click on search, you have 51 results. Okay, why 51? Just now it's 42, and then it goes back to 51 because the years, even though I subscribe journal, but I focus on the year from the range. The range year is from 2000 until 2022. Okay, and then after that, article type. Maybe I want to focus on review article. Maybe I want to focus on research articles. Research articles is articles published in journals. Maybe I want to refer on book chapters and so on. Okay, you have your numbers here. Let's say I focus on research articles. So currently it will cut down from 151 articles to 37 articles. And then you can choose your publication title. Okay, let's say you are familiar with any journals, okay, familiar with any publication titles that you want to concentrate with. Okay, you can simply choose here. If you're not so sure, then you can skip this part. And then you choose your subject areas. Okay, in the subject of linguistic barrier and communication barrier, which subject you want to focus more? Maybe on psychology, maybe on social sciences, maybe on computer science, and so on. Okay, some of which you can do a multiple selection. Okay, let's say I want to focus on the psychology part. Okay, and then after that, okay, let's say I want to focus on social sciences as well. And then I want to focus on business management and accounting. So currently we have 14 articles on linguistic barriers and communication barrier. Okay, with with the filter that we have done, through the filter that we have done. Okay, so again, you can sign in. Okay, sign in, register to have your profile in Sciencedirect. Okay, if you have your profile inside here, after you have signed in, whatever search that you have done with all the searching techniques, and then with all the filter that you have set, you can save that research. Okay, you can set search alert. Can see, as you can see from here, set search alert. If you set this search alert, meaning with whatever articles that falls under the same searching techniques that you are using and the same filter that you use, can whatever latest article, it will inform you in your email. It will inform you in your email with the latest article with the latest title. Okay, so you won't miss any articles. And then you can save this search string, whatever that you have done here, in your account later on. Okay, you will find the save button here. You can save the search string here, so that later if you sign into your account and then you look at the search string, just look at the previous search string. So you click on the search string, then it will give you the same article. Okay, the same results. It will give you the same result, maybe more with a few articles, maybe the latest articles. Okay, so this is the way that you can do to search your articles. Let's say this is the article that you want. Let's say you want to download. Okay, so in this page alone, it will display 25 articles per page. Okay, so currently we have 14 articles. So let's say you want to download the whole article. Click this box here. So it will choose all 14 articles, or maybe all 25 articles in one page, and then you get to download all the 14 articles at one go, at one time, in zip format. Okay, later you have to unzip that lah. And then if let's say you want to export this, if you are using any reference management software, you want to export all this article. Okay, you want to to do your citation or reference later on, you can go to export and then say export citation to RIS. Choose RIS. Okay, later when you open your Mendeley or your EndNote, later you can import back or whatever that you have downloaded. Okay, the article, the metadata that you have downloaded from any online databases into your reference management software, either Mendeley or EndNote. Okay, so let's say we click on this part here. So this is not full text. Again, if it's not in full text, don't worry. You can access. You can try to apply in our interlibrary loan. Sorry. So this is Sciencedirect. This is the whole full text. Okay, this is in HTML view. Again, the same thing. If it's in HTML view, as I mentioned earlier, you get to extend your search from one page to another page. Okay, simply click at the whatever you see that you can click in the blue section here. Just simply click that. Okay, it won't harm you. Even though if you let's say you just click that and then that is not what you want, just simply go back. Okay, it won't explode. Okay, it won't explode or it won't harm you. So you can simply click that to explore more. Okay, you want to explore more articles on from this volume, the same volume. Click at this volume. This is the journal, name of the journal that is this paper published in. Okay, so if let's say you want to see other papers that is published under the same journal, click at the volume. Or you want to see other paper that is published under the same journal but from different year, click at the journal here, the name of the journal. Sorry. And then it will bring you to this page on what is the latest published article. What is the article that is still in press. If let's say it mentioned as open access or full text access, meaning that you get to see, you get to read the whole full text. Which paper has the most top cited paper, okay, that is published in this journal. Okay, and then the most downloaded, the most popular, and so on. Okay, and then you can see from here as well. Okay, let's see the partner journals. Okay, they have this partner journal. Sometimes they have the partner journals. Okay, and maybe some of the journals you get to read the whole full text. So for this paper, you get to read the whole full text. This is open access, and then this one support open access, meaning that some of the papers are in open access, some paper will be in subscribe paper, meaning that either we subscribe or we do not subscribe. So let's say you want to see on latest issue or all issue, click on all issues. You can see others issue and other volumes as well. Okay, so you get to read the papers on the previous papers. Okay. All right, so let's get back. The same thing as well, you get to, there will be a recommended article. Okay, whatever that you are currently opening now, it will give you a suggestion to a paper that is similar to whatever you are reading. Okay, so again, either this paper is in full text or the paper is in only in abstract. Okay, so simply click this so you can extend your search from one page to another page to another page and so on. Okay. Okay, and next, let's say you click on this citation here to this author. Okay, you can see sometimes, okay, for Sciencedirect, if let's say you click on this citation on this author here, it will appear the references for that particular author, okay, with the title and then somehow with the DOI and the article, meaning that this paper is the paper that this person, this author referred to or cited to is available in Sciencedirect. Okay, and then it is in full text format because you get to download the PDF. So you get to read from here as well. So meaning that again, you can extend from one paper to another paper, from one page to another page. Okay, so it gives you option. Okay, meaning that this is not a rigid online databases that you have to go through page by from what you get to only, you can only view the article, and after that you have to find an article, you go back and so on. So from this currently, whatever I'm showing you is a page from, you can jump from one page to another page in one at one go. Okay, so let's get back. Okay, scroll down. All right, so these are the references that they use. So you can view the paper here. Either the paper is published in Scopus, okay, or the paper it is in Google Scholar, or maybe the paper is published in other online databases, or maybe in Sciencedirect itself. Okay, so you get to view from here. Okay, again, if it's not in full text, use our interlibrary loan. Okay, and sometimes if there are any, if you can see any tables inside here, if there are any tables inside here, it's the same thing as Emerald as just now. You get to download that tables and then you get to use that tables again, but don't forget to give your proper credits or proper citation on that matters. Okay, don't forget that. Right. You can download the whole PDF here. Okay, the PDF here. Again, if you download, it is best for you not to just to store in your physical storage, but it is best for you to store in your cloud storage given to you by UITM, right? Either you want to download only the article here, or you want to download the whole full issue. Okay, let's say you want to read the whole journal, even though the subject matters, or even though the article, different types of articles, okay, available in that particular journal, you can download the whole full issue. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay. All right. From the outline here, if you want to straight jump to the outline to the conclusion, you can simply click at this part, and then it will jump to that part as well from that page itself. Okay. Okay, let's get back. So, okay, so this is Sciencedirect, okay, which mostly the same on how can you use this searching techniques and so on. Okay, it's mostly the same from one online database to online database. Sometimes what makes it different is only a certain type of command, okay, a certain type of symbol that you can use. But for Sciencedirect, you cannot use any truncation or wildcard. Let's say we type on women, because they have this intelligent architecture. Let's say I type on women, the article should appear as woman as well. Okay, so from here you can see women. So women should appear woman as well inside here. Okay, women. Okay, so from maybe in other page. Okay, that's good. Oh, maybe okay. Okay, so I type on woman, so I have paper on women as well. If let's say I use a truncation or wildcard here, let's say I type on WOM, I just try to use the wildcard, WOM, the root word. Wildcards are not supported, okay? Or maybe wildcards are not supported. Let's say I use okay, so this is not wildcard, this is a truncation. Okay, so you truncate with WOM. Okay, so from this page, it doesn't support wildcard, but it supports truncation. But truncation, you have to use question mark, okay, not asterisk. So teen, and so on. Okay, so you get the. I hope you get the whole idea. All right, so this is Sciencedirect. Okay, let's get to ProQuest dissertation and thesis. Okay, click on details. Okay, the same concept applies to ProQuest dissertation and thesis. Okay, the searching techniques and so on. Okay, you can use the whole Boolean operators, truncation and so on. Okay, you can use the basic search, you can use the advanced search, even you have the search tips here. Okay, make sure you to look at the first search tips, and then you can choose either the full text here. Okay, only to choose from doctoral dissertations only, dissertation with references only. It's up to you. Okay, so it's the same keywords. You still need to use the same keywords. You still need to use the keywords, and then after that you can combine with any search engines. Okay, so in ProQuest dissertation and thesis global, it is actually all the thesis that is from all over the world. Okay, that is published under ProQuest. Okay, if you want to find articles or thesis that is published only in UITM, that will be in somewhere else. Okay, so currently whatever that you want, this is like an online database as well. Okay, so meaning that you get to find thesis or dissertation from all sorts of, from other parts of the world. Okay, not thesis that is published, published. Okay, published for viewing, meaning that the article is published under publisher, not under the university. If it's published under university, mostly you won't get to read the whole full text, right? If it's published under the publisher, if it's paid or subscribed by university, then you get to read the whole full text of the journal, of the thesis and dissertation. Okay, so this is ProQuest dissertation and thesis global. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so this is your online basically that you can use. Okay, let's say if you are from business, you can use library information sciences as well. Okay, from which they have this ProQuest as well, IEEE, Emerald, Sciencedirect, and so on. Okay, and then you can use the communication studies. Okay, you can use educations, and you can use management and marketing and social sciences. Okay, so you can try to mix and match whatever that you can use, so that you get different types of article with the same use of keywords. Okay, okay, let's go back to ebook. Session expired. Hold on, I need to log in and back again. Okay, so in order for us to access ebook, you can access through here as well, through my KM portal, my knowledge management portal. Click on details. Okay, and then you simply choose your faculty. Okay, faculty of law, computer science, or whatever. We have organized according to your faculty. Let's say you choose for business management. Okay, faculty of business management. So inside here, you can apply the keywords. Still, if you want to do your search, please use your keywords. Okay, not the whole topic. Okay, so you choose your keywords here, and then you can apply the Boolean operators and so on. Okay, through here, and then let's say this is your search. If you want to narrow down your search, you can narrow down your search using the filter in the section here. Purchase by, call number. If you're not so sure, just keep the section. Just choose the only part that you are familiar with, maybe the language, the year of publication, and so on. Okay, so let's say this is a book. Okay, mostly ebooks is subscribed 100% by us, meaning that you won't find any book that is only in abstract views. Okay, normally all the ebook will be in full text. You get to read the whole book. Okay, in order for you to access that, you can click at the title. Okay, and then from the title itself, from this page itself, again, the same thing, you get to extend your search from one page to another, either through the name of the author. If let's say the author have another book, another ebook that we subscribe to, and then it will list out in the section later earlier. And then, or maybe in the similar items, whatever that you are opening here, then it will give you a suggestion to your similar items so that you can have a read. Okay, and then, or you can go through by the subject. Okay, you want to go for management on halal food industry. Click on management halal food industry, then it will try to find book with the same subject matters. Okay, in order for you to view that, okay, click online access. View full text via easy access. It will straight bring you to the original page itself, either from Taylor Francis, from Sciencedirect, from Emerald, or any platform. Okay, so this is the ebook. Okay, so this is the ebook. You get to read the abstract. If let's say this is the abstract, if let's say this is the book that you want, you get to download the whole book here. Okay, or you want to read online here. It is up to you. Okay, you can either download the whole book to read later on, or you can simply read online. Or maybe you want to only read on the certain chapters. Okay, you can choose only certain chapters. Let's say you only want to focus on halal purchasing. Okay, read on the abstract for this chapter alone. Okay, let's say this is the chapter that you want. You just simply click download so that you only download for that chapter only, not the whole book. Okay, but the whole chapter. So you can choose either you want to chapter 3 and 4. You only want to concentrate chapter 3 and 4. Okay, not the whole book. So you save a lot of time reading. So you can download chapter 3 and chapter 4. Okay, so later when you do your references later on, make sure you choose on book part or book section, not the whole book. Okay, that I will show you later on if we have another session on reference management software on Mendeley, or either Mendeley or EndNote. So this is basically ebook. Okay, ebook is more likely the same. Okay, so you get to choose whatever books that you want. Okay, and then after that you can view the whole full text, right? Okay, let's get back. And then the next one would be open access, right? Okay, so in open access, okay, this is open access discovery. Sorry, open access discovery. Okay, click on details. All right, so open access discovery is a page whereby we, it is not done by us, but it is done by some non-profit organization. Okay, so we just make the list, we just make the link available here. Okay, so it is not controlled by us. So this organization, they collect most of the open access article from all over the world, from any online databases, from any page they could find, whatever page they could find with that publish articles in open access, so that you can read the whole full text freely. Okay, so you can choose your, according to your faculty, again choose your faculty. So because we have arrange in order according to your faculty, the subject matters according to faculty, and then we have arranged it in alphabetical order, the subject in alphabetical order. Let's say you want to focus on advanced microeconomics. Click on advanced microeconomics, then it will give you all the types of materials on with the same topic. Okay, with the same topic. So from here you get to see that this view is the same from the view from the ebook just now. Okay, either you can click here, type in here, and after you can do your narrow search on this section here. Okay, more likely it's the same, but in open access it combines with different all sorts of resources. You get research article, review article, encyclopedia, reports, sometimes dissertation, thesis, image, videos, and so on. Okay, so whatever they could think of, so it is inside here. Okay, so you try to find, this is a doctoral thesis, this is article, this is from ebook, this is ebook, this is others, and so on. Okay, so let's say this is article. If you want this article, click on this article, click on the title. Okay, so again, the view is the same thing as ebook just now. Even though this is not ebook, but the view, okay, the interface is the same. Okay, you will have your similar items. Okay, you have your main authors that you can extend your search from. Okay, from one page to another page. The series, the subjects, the online, and so on. Okay, let's say if you want to access the papers, you click on the online access, then it will bring you directly to the original page itself. Okay. This is from Universitat Politécnica de Valencia, okay, in Spanish, in Spain, in Valencia. Okay, so they publish this as open access, and then you get to access the whole publication for free, and then you can download the whole PDF here. Okay, you can download the whole PDF here from this page itself, right? So okay, whenever you see a paper that you like in this open access section, okay, let's say this is open access, because it is not controlled by us, it is controlled by the original author itself, the original publisher itself. Okay, sometimes it will bring you to open access in Sciencedirect, sometimes it will redirect you to open access in Emerald Insight, sometimes it will bring you to other universities that publish their papers in open access as well. Okay, whenever you see an article that you like in open access, straight away after you have read the abstract, straight away download the article, because it is, since it's not controlled by us, sometimes if let's say you see this article on magic 4 angle of microeconomics, okay, and then after that you say to yourself, okay, I see an article or book that I want, and I will try to do the searching next week or tomorrow. But tomorrow or next week, whenever you do the same searching, the same keywords, and then you couldn't find that book that you wanted. Okay, sometimes it is because the book has been moved to another page. Sometimes it has been removed by the original author itself, okay, or the original publisher. Maybe the article is not is irrelevant, or maybe other factors. Okay, so it will be a loss for you. If let's say you see an article that you like, if let's say the article, if you currently open the article, that the article or the book is in full format, straight away download the book. Okay, so later you can do your weeding later on. Okay, do your weeding, do your you can delete the paper or whatever later on. Okay, because sometimes it is, since it's not controlled by us, sometimes if let's say you open this paper today, it's free. Tomorrow when you open the paper, then you have to pay. Okay, that depends on that publisher or that publisher itself. Okay, how they control the open access articles, right? Okay, so that is on open access. Okay, what else I need to show you? Okay, last but not least, before we should end our session in 12:30, another 3 minutes, but okay, I just need some of your time. What else I can show you? Okay, you can use our thesis. Okay, in MyKM, only in MyKM, you can use our thesis. Click on the details section here. And then in this part, okay, I need you to read on the terms and condition. Please accept. Click on the I can accept and the terms condition. Click on submit. So in this section here, especially, and then choose your faculty. Okay, so choose faculty. Let's say for business management. So this is an ongoing project. Okay, this is an ongoing project. So let's say you see, now we have currently for business management, we have 73 dissertation, thesis and dissertation that we have digitized the whole full text. Okay, the whole full text you get to view, you get to download the whole full text through here. Okay, without you have to come physically here in library. Okay, but this is still in ongoing project. Maybe some of the articles you try to find is not here. Okay, maybe it is here, maybe some of it is not here. If you can't find here, okay, you simply go to, let's say, go back. Yeah, let's go back. Okay, you go to your institutional repository. Okay, try to find using the keywords your desired keywords, and then if let's say the articles, if let's say the thesis or dissertation inside there is still not in full text, you can request. You can request from us. Okay, try to request from us, saying that you need that paper in full text, but you couldn't come here, and then give us 3 working days. Okay, just use our chat with librarian. Just give us 3 working days, and then once we have finished digitize that the whole full text, then we will insert through MyKM portal just now. Okay, we will straight away include in MyKM portal, and then you can straight away download the whole full text. Okay, that is thesis. That is published under UITM. Okay, and then last but not least, okay, how can you apply for our interlibrary loan? Okay, in order for you to apply, okay, it's either the book. You can apply either books or articles. Okay, book or article that is not in our subscription. Okay, let's say for books, physical book that is not in UITM Shah Alam. If let's say the book is in other states, other UITM in other states, UITM Pahang, UITM Terengganu, or maybe from other universities. Let's say if you are, if you know that the books is in University Science Malaysia, or the book is Perpustakaan Negara Malaysia, or simply anywhere in Malaysia, you can use our interlibrary loan. The same goes with articles. Let's say the article is not subscribed by us. We do not subscribe that particular article. Okay, you only get to read the abstract. You can apply the article through the interlibrary loan, so that we try to find from other states, from other universities from Malaysia, whoever subscribe to that particular title. Okay, normally there will be a university that subscribe to that particular title. Okay, when they have it, then we will email it to you for free. Okay, once they have it, once they reply back to us with the article, we will then reply the email along with the article to you for free. Okay, the same goes with book. Okay, if let's say they have the book, they will post it to us, and then you can either come and collect from us, or you can post it to you for free as well. Okay, right. So how can you do that? Click on OPAC. Okay. You may need to enter your student ID. This will be your student ID. On this section here would be your IC number. For international student, please use your passport number. Okay, please use your passport number. Click on submit. Okay, and then you go to your My Account section. Okay, as you can see from this tab here, click on My Account. So from my account, you can see your profiles. From this would be your profiles. Okay. And then, okay. As you can see from this menu here, okay, click on interlibrary loan. All right. So click on interlibrary loan and then add a request. Okay. This button on the top right button, add request. Right. So for lending library, for books, is actually it is best for you to know which library do they have the books. Okay, which library do the books is located. Okay, it is best for you to know the lending libraries. If you are not so sure, don't worry. Okay, just simply click any library. Okay, the same goes with article. Article, you can choose any library. Okay, just choose any library for articles. Let's say you just choose Perpustakaan Politeknik Kota Baru. And then please key in the title, exact title. Okay, the title of the article. If let's say if the title of the article is in 2 paragraph long, please, okay, by all means you have to type in the full title inside here. Okay, and then the whole full author, the name of the author. Let's say there are 10 authors, mentioned as 10 authors as well, so that we won't miss out on anything. Okay, and then if you have any remarks, please key in any remarks so that we give a specific instruction so that we know. And then you choose your type. Okay, either you want to loan a book or articles. Okay, and then location. Location would be your location. Okay, location, if you're not so sure, you can simply click on Perpustakaan Tun Abdul Razak P1. Okay, Perpustakaan Tun Abdul Razak P1. Once you have done that, please read on the applicant declaration and then click on submit. Okay, once you click on submit, then in this page here, okay, it will appear, all your requests will appear here. There are no limitations on how many you can request. Okay, but it depends on that particular organization. If let's say you need to pay, then you have to pay. But normally it is for free. Okay, books are free, articles were free. Okay, maybe for books you have to follow, you have to abide. So you have to obey their rules. Okay, maybe let's say you can only borrow for 2 weeks, then you have to obey. Then you can only borrow the books for 2 weeks. Okay, that depends on that organization or that institution itself. Okay, for articles, you don't have to return the articles. You can keep the article, okay, with no charges. Okay, but sometimes sometimes I must inform you that sometimes even though most of 95% we will the success rate is there. Okay, but sometimes after we have tried everything, most of the libraries in Malaysia, they do not subscribe to that particular title sometimes, but whatever it is, we will try to find it for you. Okay, so I think that's about it on today's session. Okay, if you have any question, are there any question? I will pass back this session to Dr. Noor Akmal. So thank you. Over to you, Doctor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hazrul, for the very thorough explanation on the topic. Okay, now it's time to take some questions from the Q&A chat box. Okay, the first question comes from Ju, who asking for repository Khazanah Melayu, do I need to create an account to gain access to the materials?
Okay. For Khazanah Repository Melayu, you do not have to create an account because normally you can just access as a guest. If let's say you want to create an account, you can do so as well. Okay, it doesn't matter. You can either create or you can access as a guest user. Okay, because normally there are no articles. There are articles inside there, but normally it will be an index of list of resources that you can refer to either from your ITM, either from other universities and so on.
Okay. Right. Okay. Next, if I found the article from Google Scholar and I can't download it due to copyright, etc., can I ask the PITA through live chat to help me to download the article? Because I know PITA has the password for that article, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. We do not download for you. You have to do it yourself. But you can request from us that we can show you step by step. Okay. If let's say we download for you, then it will be a tough time for us. So every user will ask us to download for them. So we will guide you how can you download that particular item. If let's say it requires password, then we will give you the password.
Okay, thank you. So the next one is, do the list of the theses on the PTAR online website will be added more, because it seems like the thesis number provided are limited previously when I tried to assess the surveys.
Yes, as I mentioned earlier, this is an ongoing project. So it will be updated every day. So if let's say you see if from the institutional repository, you search from the institutional repository, if let's say you see any thesis that you want and that thesis is still not in full text, simply inform us so that we give us another 3 working days so that we can work on that, and then we will, after we have published that, within that 3 working days, we will inform you.
All right, okay. So hope it answers the question. So next, why are the articles on Emory Insight are not fully available while using the PTAR Online despite I had logged in, meaning that there are only certain articles can be accessed and not entirely?
Okay, as I mentioned earlier as well,
Yep.
some of the articles are not subscribed by us. Okay,
Yep.
we do not subscribe to that particular content, to that particular journal. We only subscribe to whatever that is in our syllabus. So again, if it is not in full text, you can use our interlibrary loan.
Okay, a question from Nurul asking on, she tried to access institutional repository, but it seems she can't get access to it. Is there any possible reasons on that? Or maybe she can just join the live chat to get the answers?
Yes, yes. Sometimes maybe because I open just now is okay, but maybe it is it's up to your network. Sometimes it's up to your network. Okay. Sometimes if you still can't open the web page, you can use our chat with Librarian, and we will try to give you next instruction. What can you do?
Okay, live chat will assist the person that need help, right? Okay. So the next one is, for the full text journal in MyKM, can I come to the nearest PTA to access the journal, or I need to come to campus and have the faculty, as currently I'm remote study? So you can understand the question, Mr. Hazrul?
Can you read the question again?
For the full text journal in MyKM, can I come to the nearest PTA to access the journal, or do I need to come to the campus to have that request? I think so, because she is currently remotely from this campus.
Okay. I'm not so sure what you mean by journal, but because journals normally
you can access it online, right?
All right. Okay. You can access online, but if let's say the journal is, let's say if you are trying to access the journal that is in printed journal, then you may need to come to the campus. Okay.
Right.
Either the library, either the journal is in our main library or any faculty library.
Maybe the person can join the live chat first, and then if she needs assistance on that. Okay.
Yes.
So the next question is, may I ask how I can get into the ProQuest? I can't open it. I cannot open it.
How can you get to the? I can open it.
ProQuest.
Okay. That again, that depends on your network connection.
Yeah.
Okay. If let's say you still have an issue on accessing the ProQuest, you can use the live chat and just simply key in the question, that we will try to guide you from there.
All right. Okay, next question. In the Scopus database, we can't download or access the full PDF of the article. So what can we do? I think this is the same question because maybe she had problems with the network. I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question is there any tips on searching for types of research method and the topic that we want to read on? For example, quantitative research and business management, as you explained before, I believe that.
Yes, you just add on the word quantitative methods. You just what? Just not business management, whatever. So
she is giving example.
But
more towards the research method.
So if you want to have the research methods, it is best to include in the search as well, meaning that business management and research methods.
Yes.
Yeah. So you include that, then you will find the search, because whenever we do the search, okay, it does not find the title itself. Sometimes it finds whatever that is in the content itself. Okay. So include that the word qualitative studies or quantitative studies and so on.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Hazrul. Okay, the next question. This is the quick question on how to search DSA. I mean, not journal or article. Do you understand the question, Mr. Hazrul?
No, I'm trying to
search
find
DSA. I mean, not journal or article.
Yeah. How to search the essay? I mean, not
Yep.
journal article.
Maybe
Essay.
some short. Yep.
No, currently we do not. I think most of
Mm.
the online databases they do not have any essays. And in our digital services also we do not have any essays. We only have any journal and articles.
All right,
Sorry.
thank you. Okay, hope it answers your question. Okay, so the next one is, can we download all the papers selected immediately without searching one by one? I mean, just clicking, select all the list and download the papers.
Yes, the one that I showed you earlier, you can select all the box, but only certain online databases that you can do that. For Sciencedirect, you can search from, just simply tick on the box, whichever papers, whichever titles that you want. Then after that, you click on download, then it will download several papers at one go.
Okay. Okay, the next seems we have several more questions here, Mr. Hazral. Okay, so what is the difference between Elsevier and Sciencedirect?
It's just a different publisher.
Yeah.
Different publisher.
Definitely. Okay, the next one, maybe, okay, what would be the online database best for social science?
Okay, for social sciences, as I showed you just now, you can use from MyKM. And then you click on the MyKM under the resources just now, you click on online databases, and then you can choose your subject for social sciences. Then for social sciences, normally you can use Sciencedirect, Emerald, IEEE Explore, ProQuest, dissertation thesis, and so on.
All right, thank you. I believe this is the last question here in the chat box. If I want to get results only for journals with literature review, what keyword should I use?
If I want to get results only for journal with literature review, what keyword should I use? Okay. If I want to get results only for journals with literature review, normally, it's hard for you to do that because normally you won't get any articles. Normally, articles with literature review. Most
You
of
need
the
to
articles
write down the topic first, right?
yeah,
And
you need
then
to identify the topic, and then from the topic, then you have to read one by one. You cannot filter out the literature review on itself. Then you have to do it one by one.
Okay, so that is the last question here. I believe that there is no more questions in the chat box. Okay, so as for that, well, it looks like that we have attended to all questions in the chat box. So before we end this session, is there anything else from our speaker that you would like to add?
Okay. I need to post it. I mean, hold on. How can I post my? Okay. Hold on. Yeah. Let me post. I need you to fill up this form. Okay. This is on my part. Okay. So this form, if you fill up this form, the survey, you will get your e-certificate as well. Yeah. Let me check. How can I pass on? Okay. Look at the Q&A section part. So I have posted a link for you can on how you can okay, so simply click on the link ekkm.uitm.edu. Let me share my screen for a while, so I need to show them. Okay, well, show for a while, step by step. Okay, once you click on the link, you can see that it will show you information literacy class system EKKM. I want you to click on this section here, evaluation form for UITM, the blue color button. Okay, simply click on this button. Okay, and then I want you to sign in with your Google account, your UITM Google account, not your personal account. Okay, after you have signed in, okay. Okay, it will redirect you to this page. Okay, to this is Pita apps. Okay, this is a single sign on the page as well. So you click on this EKKM library instructor under the alphabet E. Click on participant survey. Sorry, EKKM participant survey. Right, and then okay, you may need to enter the reference ID. Okay, can you please find in the chat area? Okay, I think it's a bit okay. Let me do this correctly. Okay, since because as you can see, the reference ID it is in haywire P1GTYL. Okay, this section here. Okay,
P1GTYL.
Okay, just copy that. I want you to copy that. I'm so sorry. I tried to adjust, but and somehow it did not adjust in this chat area. Right, we need to copy this. All right. So this is your respondent information and the evaluation. Okay, I need you to fill up this information. But before you do that, I want you to, if you are using Google Chrome, I want you to disable the pop-up for a while. Okay, enable the pop-up. You simply click on this page here. As you can see from this web page. Okay, from this web address, click on this log here. Okay, for by default, it should be like this. Okay, pop-ups and redirects. You will not allow any pop-up or redirects. I want you to allow for a while. Okay, allow for a while, and after that you click close, and then you reload this page, continue, and then I want you to fill up the form. Okay, just simply fill up the form, give your honest review on today's session. Okay. If you have any feedbacks, you can do so. Okay. Okay. Once you have done that, and then only you click on submit. Okay, once you click on submit, then it will appear, your e-certificate will appear. Don't forget to download, okay, on today's session online database for literature. Okay, it will be your name on it and the date, right? So if let's say you have any trouble, if let's say there are no pop-ups, okay, don't worry, just simply go back to this page here. Okay, it should appear at this section, at this attendance record section. Okay, just find the date on today's date, and then after that you can download this, the e-certificate through here. Or maybe you can check your UITM email address, because this is how to generate email. So it will send the e-certificate through your email as well. Okay, but if you have any problem, okay, you have done all of that and then you still have any problem, so don't worry, you can email me at hazrul@uitm.my. Okay, so you just simply email me hazrul@uitm.edu.my. I will try to respond back as soon as possible. Okay, so okay, so
they need to fill out the survey first in order to get the certificate, right? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, is there anything else, Mr. Hazrul?
No, I think that's about it. That's about it.
Okay,
I thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you. Great and well done, everyone. Again, thank you so much to our speaker for his valuable time of sharing lots of information on the topic. And also thank you, attendees. We really appreciate of you being here. Thanks again for joining us today. Do not forget to join the next series. Stay safe. Assalamualaikum. Thank you. Bye all.
All right, thank you. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ipsis. Thank you, Dr. Noor Akmal and Dr. Siti Mazwana.
Thank you,